Sometimes I just like to stand there and not start the show and just see what Max does. It's fun. Welcome into the program on a beautiful Thursday morning right here. Beauty, of course, in the eye of the beholder. So if you like pouring rain and slow traffic and all that stuff, then hey, I got a great morning for you. If you don't, then I got some bad news.
I can stand the rain.
Have you ever seen the rain, though?
Ooh.
I want to know. Yeah.
I set fire to the rain.
Try to sing that one.
Huh?
So try to sing that one.
I will not disrespect Adele by doing that.
I would disrespect Adele.
Yeah, no,
tremendously.
I'm not doing that.
Welcome into the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. I am Peter Edmiston. He is CJ Hurt. That's Max Vincent on the other side of the glass. And you're doing your thing this morning. As I mentioned, you have probably ascertained by now that it is in fact raining. Well, guess what? It is. Your senses are not lying to you. It is raining. It's raining quite hard. It's pretty nasty out there. It's been a little rough. So I can tell you that there's some slowdowns here and there out as you make your way to work. 240 eastbound near Getwell. You got some significant slowdown there. So just kind of understand there's probably going to be an extra 10, 15 minutes that you're going to need to build in. But such is life. That's the way that it goes. For all those schools out there that are going to have field day today, like my son's got to be
awful.
inside.
That is
man.
horrible.
I know. The one day of the year you're going to run around and it's doing
all
this.
day outside.
I know, man.
Awful.
Now it's in the gym.
That's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same, man.
I'm going to go over there, but it's we're just.
Oh, you're lucky. I want to do field day.
I'm not doing it. I'm just going to go watch.
That's what I want to do.
You want to go watch?
Yes.
I mean, I guess you can. You're welcome to come.
It would be kind of weird if I just showed up.
It would be.
A child at that school. Like, hey, what are you doing, sir? Nothing. I'm just watching field day.
I'm certain.
Just watching kids.
Just watching these kids run around.
Nothing
creepy
at all.
Are these kids yours? No. Okay. Well, let me hold tight 1 second, sir. Let me get somebody on the phone.
I have no children.
Real quick. The children?
I have no children.
No children over there?
Yeah. No children over there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, listen, that is quite frankly terrifying. So don't do that.
You were trying to get me to do it.
I said you could come with us.
Oh, okay.
That way you're with the,
Okay.
Now you're part of the family.
Well,
you're not just a random dude walking into the school.
What are you doing here? Oh, I'm this guy's coworker. I'm here to watch his son run around.
As long as you're with the family, they're not going to be like, well, give me everybody. Let's, me and my wife and my daughter walking in and you're walking with us. They're not going to be like, oh, who's this guy? Like they're going to make the assumption
when they ask,
you're cool with, I'll just say, this is my friend.
Okay. Oh, we're friends.
I'm not saying this is my coworker.
Okay.
We're friends.
Yeah.
We're also coworkers, but we happen to be friends.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
Good.
Oh, okay. Well, this is an interesting day. Congratulations. Everybody's excited about this. Wow. Okay. So today on the show, we'll go through a whole bunch of different stuff here. Because today's, well, what else can we do really? We're here. It's raining. It's nasty outside. You're probably gonna be in your car a little bit longer. So, and I'm gonna say this. I think it's still true. Fingers crossed. The phones are working. Yes.
Who told you that?
That's my phone working dance. Yeah.
Okay.
We got the phone lines are open. So in honor of that, Max, they're not open yet. Max, open them now early and let's keep them open all day.
I like the fact that every time Max opens the phone lines, it's a different gesture.
It is. I always think of it as like a big old.
Well, they've been closed for so long. You got to do it a different way.
You got.
Oh, okay.
Agreed.
Because the last time he opened them with his pinky.
I know he was the strength.
I guess my pinky broke it.
Maybe so.
Maybe
You probably that probably was the problem. You're very flippant with the way that you opened it, and it probably did break the thing.
When is Pinky Day?
That's every day.
Every day is Pinky Day. I like that.
I do some finger push-ups too. It's like, got to keep those muscles working, baby.
Grip the controller and play the video game.
Yeah, the thumb
without getting the hand cramps.
Mm-hmm. Well, type. Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's right. So you
work them fingers out.
Got to make sure you don't have any carpal tunnel working. So anyway, we've got the phone lines open for the first time in ages. It feels like, so you can dial up. And today, I think you know what. Just dial up about whatever you want to dial up about. I mean, I'm just gonna say because. I mean, we're going to be talking about lots of different stuff. Of course, we got the NBA playoffs, lots of off the court nonsense happening. A final resolution in the college basketball trials, which has netted us approximately nothing. We'll discuss the nonsense of all of that. We'll talk probably 2 or 3 hours worth of hockey. Okay, that's not true. I'm just kidding. We definitely won't do that. Or any hockey for that matter. But honestly. Just not. But we'll talk about other stuff, and that's cool. So what I'm saying is, as we talk about stuff, if something piques your attention, because we haven't really, had a chance to talk to you very much lately. If you want to dial up. Just dial it in. Come on, 360-8255. That's the number. I had to think about it for a second because I haven't given it out.
I haven't heard it in a while. So
360-8255. That's 360-TALK. 901-360-8255. You can dial us up here in the Family Leisure Studios. We would love to hear from you. You can also text in at 67129. The text line has remained resolute throughout all of this danger and difficulty. And it's steadfast.
Text line
strong.
Mm-hmm.
Text line strong. 67129 on that First Bank text line. First Bank phone lines are indeed open. Max has opened them up, so feel free to call and say hello to Max if you'd like to. You have not had a chance to do that. Now you can, and that's a beautiful thing. So how you feeling on this beautiful, and I say beautiful only in the sense that we're still alive, Thursday morning?
I like the rain. I don't like driving in the rain because nobody knows how to drive. Also, there's some monstrosity of a puddle out there off Mount Moriah that I almost ran into and hydroplaned all the way out of control. But yeah, I'm good. I'm disappointed, very disappointed in the weather and what that means for the children as far as field day goes. I mean, how do you do the sack race? Like it's just not enough space in the gym for the sack race, the egg on the spoon race, the whatever you're gonna do with balloons, because balloons got to be involved. You also have to do sprints. You also have to do a 3-legged race. Like the gym is tug of war. Like the gym is not big enough for all the fun activities that children typically do on field day. So my thoughts and prayers are with the children today.
Well, thank you. I'll pass that along to them.
All right.
They're gonna be okay. It's really more the problem of just you have to have some limitations because the gym is only so big. So you got to bring in first grade here, second grade here, as opposed to letting them just kind of run around on a big field outside, and just kind of outside also, being.
Also, like you already got everything set up from a camera standpoint, so you can use replay to review the results. As the texter pointed out, he was wondering if they use replay on your child's field day activities.
Well, this is a new school for us. It's the first field day. And, the texter wants to know, what if they use replay for my son's field day activities? I mean, obviously, at that point, I have to talk to the principal. And we'd have a sit-down meeting. And we just talk about what we're doing to our kids, just point blank. I'm not afraid to go in there and have a discussion about the future of our kids. I'm not afraid to do that. We would have a chat because we can't be having the kids replay. Because they have rules about specific use of the replay, in the last 2 minutes of field days, every time you can use it. And it's just weird. It's weird to me. And I don't think we should do that. I think we should limit that. So, no, absolutely. If they try to do that, I will go into the principal's office. We will have a discussion. I will not allow that to happen. That will not besmirch the good name of field day right there.
What was your best field day event?
Ooh, great question. I was very good at the egg toss.
Oh, soft hands?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
I could catch it and kind of like sort of pull it in as you're catching it and not break it. I could do it over long distances, and I was good. I could throw it quite well, so no problem there. Throw and catch, good thrower and catcher. So I wasn't, it just may surprise you to learn I wasn't the fastest kid. So any of the races were not really my cup of tea. I was reasonably athletic, so I could do some of that stuff, but I was much more throw and catch. So yes, I could do the egg toss, not so much the egg race with the egg on the spoon.
But that's awful. That's horrible.
And not the sack race, because I would always just fall. And the 3-legged race is unwieldy.
I was really good at the 3-legged race.
Really?
Yes, especially when I was allowed to pick my own partner, get somebody who I already had a chemistry with. Like, yo, check this out. On 1, you step with the outside foot. On 2, you step with the foot tied to me. And we're going to count together. All right, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
So you're setting up like a whole choreography of this thing.
By the end of it, we are sprinting full speed.
Wow.
In sync and unison. Like, we were really good at that.
Well, you're gonna win if you can do that.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. So yeah, any other field day questions, feel free to send them in at 67129. I'm happy to help. And I'll let you guys know tomorrow if there are any controversies. Hopefully not.
When are we going to get the 3-legged race or the sack race in the Olympics? We already got breakdancing. Let's get the egg toss in there. Let's do it.
We got surfing as well coming in 2020.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
So yeah, I think we're right. We're right in the mix. Right there. Probably 2024.
Okay. I
mean, at some point, we're not even going to have Olympic Games in any major cities. There's going to be in totalitarian regimes. So, with the IOC basically just, that's kind of what they're looking for.
Yeah.
A bunch of kickbacks and a bunch of overblown stuff. So yeah, it'll be, I'm sure, in North Korea or something in 2038. We'll have breakdancing and
three-legged
race and that kind of thing. Yeah, it'll be fun. We're looking very forward to that. So anyway, all that being said, last night we saw what I think were probably the 2 expected outcomes, although the way that the things went down was perhaps a little unexpected. The ease with which the Bucks summarily dismissed the Celtics was would be unnerving if you were a Celtics fan. I mean, this was just an insult, basically.
They lost by 20-something points in the first game.
112-90 in the first game. The Celtics easily handled the Bucks, and everybody said, "Whoa, wait a second." Paul Pierce getting repeatedly clubbed on social media for his comments saying that the series was over at that point. And I guess it was, in a way.
He wasn't wrong.
He wasn't wrong.
It was definitely over.
He was wrong about why it was over, but it was over at that point because the Celtics never got back into it after beating the Bucks the way they did in Game 1. That lit a fire under the Bucks. The Bucks have been dominant from that point on. Kyrie Irving just stopped playing, and now last night was 116-91 was the final. It was not particularly close, really, at any point in the game, apart from very early on. And the Bucks, extended a double-digit lead late in the kind of early in the second quarter, late first quarter. And once that happened, the Celtics never really looked like fighting back, never really looked like they were that interested in getting back into the game. And you know what? They didn't. They didn't get back into the game. And they ended up extended garbage time in this one, which is a huge insult to the Celtics. This was a team that was expected to, at the very minimum, make the Eastern Conference Finals. A team that added Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward to an already stacked group that very nearly won the Eastern Conference last year, got so close to doing so. 60 wins was going to be a distinct possibility. They didn't even get to 50 in the regular season. They did handle business against the Pacers in the first round, but then as soon as the heat got a little hot, the frying pan started to heat up a little bit, they folded big time, melted like butter. And now they are left with nothing but a lot of questions about what actually matters, what's actually important, what's actually good on this franchise right now. And they all start really with Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, and beautiful thing about the Celtics is, although they just got obliterated in this series, they have a lot of different ways they can go from a roster building standpoint. You know, they've got all these first round picks. They've got all these assets. They can go out there and make a move and bring in Anthony Davis, regardless of what Kyrie does. They can go out there, get Anthony Davis, and still have Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Rozier, some combination of their young core together and get back to competing at a higher level than just second round exit in 5 games. But your Kyrie leaves. I think that would be best for these Celtics. Because this team got to an Eastern Conference Finals last year, 7 games with no Kyrie, no Gordon Hayward. And it just never seemed to click with all the other pieces they had and Kyrie. So best thing for the Celtics, I believe, is for Kyrie to leave. Best thing for Kyrie is to leave. So I expect Kyrie to leave. And then if you're the Celtics, you find a package you're comfortable with and go out and get Anthony Davis.
I mean, that's what now, though? Because, I mean, the question to me is, how good are any of these guys? Like, I think we can, if you want to be a Celtic fan, or if you're even part of their front office and you want to kind of make yourself feel better, you could say, well, this is really just Kyrie, and if we get Kyrie out of here, that's much distraction, and these other guys will get right back to it, and we're fine, we're good to go. That would be the easiest way to solve this problem, but I don't think that's it, though. I don't think that's just that's the only thing that we're dealing with here. Kyrie is certainly the destabilizing factor of his presence and what he's done and what he didn't do and what he said, what he didn't say, and all those things. He was definitely a big part of the problem, but he's not the only problem. I mean, he's not the only thing that's an issue for Boston. And his poor shooting and lack of his lack of leadership, it would appear, it's quite interesting. And I'm not trying to downplay that, because that is it's a fascinating story. This is a guy that for his whole life, really, we forget. This is Kyrie Irving in high school, won 2 straight state championships at one school and left to go to a different school because he wanted to have a different experience and he wanted to be in a different role. This is a guy that left a sure thing with LeBron James at least 1 year early, maybe more, because he wanted to go out and do his own thing. Well, heavy is the head that wears the crown. So the saying goes. It is hard to be the man. And I think you can, his comments in the middle of the year when he called LeBron probably indicate that, I think I realized that maybe this is not as simple as I thought it was going to be. Maybe this was, this whole experience is not what I expected it to be. So I'm not minimizing that whole story. It's a fascinating story. I can't wait to read and hear and kind of get the full totality of it. But let's not forget also, Jason Tatum has not progressed. If anything, he's regressed as a player. Mm-hmm. He was so good last year in the postseason. He was largely anonymous for much of this postseason. Jaylen Brown, same thing. Man, look at this kid. It's incredible. The Celtics got so much talent. Oh, they got Jaylen Brown. They got Jason Tatum. They got, what did Jaylen Brown do? I mean, he's a good defender when he wants to be. Offensively, offering you very little. Al Horford was good. He's pretty consistent for the most part. So he's the one guy that could probably escape too much criticism. Gordon Hayward, again, did he ever come back? Was he ever back from his broken leg?
As back as you can be, but
no.
That's
no. And we kind of we assume
don't
that
bounce
he
back like that.
Yeah, we just assume that he'd be back at some point, looking like the Gordon Hayward in Utah, and he never really did. Mm-hmm. He's never looked that way. Maybe he never will. And maybe he's never going to be the same player again. The other players around them, Marcus Smart, again doing what Terry Rozier got, as he put it. I went from the passenger seat to the trunk. In terms of his role, that's exactly what happened. Yeah. And he was mad about it. And he's afterwards, he said, we had a lot of people look after their own bleep, and mentioned how distracting the season was. Marcus Smart now, Ojale. Yeah, I mean, all these guys that you thought would be contributors, to a man almost, they disappointed. So I'm not saying that you can't minimize what Kyrie's effect was. It was major, obviously, but it wasn't just Kyrie. Yeah, they're fooling themselves if they think it was just a Kyrie problem. There's a deeper issue. Maybe that's because of Kyrie that all these guys didn't achieve. I don't know, but they got a lot more guys that didn't achieve, and that includes Brad Stevens, by the way, who had a very disappointing campaign as coach, and a lot of that magic dust. I took a lot of flack, CJ, for I said, what's Brad Stevens really like, accomplished in terms of getting the hype to put him on the level of Greg Popovich or Phil? Like, these people are putting him as like one of the elite coach. I mean, he's done a nice job. Don't get me wrong, but let's just pump the brakes on this a little bit. And I think he said it himself. I did a bad job.
He does better from the underdog seat. Mm-hmm. So much better from the underdog seat. There are coaches who need to not have the talent around them so that they can coach it up and get everybody to buy in. It's easier to get less talented players to buy into what you're saying versus a player like a Kyrie who never really bought in. It didn't seem like to what was going on. And Brad Stevens and Kyrie may have bought in, and Stevens just didn't know what to do with somebody with that much talent and how best to utilize him with everybody else, right? This team did get to an Eastern Conference final. They did have a great playoff run without Kyrie. And I think that, and it's messed up to say, I know that one is a team sport and one player shouldn't have this much of an impact on your team. But we see one player have, be it LeBron James, Steph Curry, James Harden, we see one player have a positive impact on your team, right? We've seen one player grab your team and carry your team to points where we don't typically see them get. If that is possible, then it's got to also be possible for one player, one great player, to shine so bright or to want to shine so bright that it is a hindrance and a damage and a detriment to the team and in general. And I have to believe, because this is a team, again, that did really well in the playoffs last season. I have to believe that the one thing that changed, Kyrie coming back, really hurt them because of the way Kyrie played ball and the fact that it reduced the roles of a Rozier, it reduced the roles of Tatum, it reduced those roles of Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart and others. And the focal point wasn't, hey, we've got a good collective, let's get everybody involved. It became, hey, we've got a good collective and Kyrie, let's get Kyrie going, and then we'll figure out how to use the collective. And I think that was done to the detriment of this Boston Celtics score.
Well, I mean, this is where the offseason will tell the story about how they feel. How much do they really seek to re-sign Kyrie? We'll talk about all this and more as we continue with our number one on a very rainy Thursday. The rain should continue for a while, but we will, just bring your umbrellas and your rain suits and your ponchos and everything else as you make your way to work. You can handle it. You can do it.
Just blame it on the rain.
Blame it on the rain. Yeah. Maybe that's our theme. We'll see. Family Leisure Studios. It's where family and fun come together. I know you're not thinking about it right now because it's raining, but it's time.
Wait. I'm always thinking about it.
Okay, well, then good. Because right now they've got special pricing on all in-stock hot tubs, special pricing on all of those things. Also, that swimming pool in your backyard. If you don't have one, why not? Get it there. Get it there quick. Because once this rain goes away, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be warm. It's going to be time to get in the pool. And you can do that with Family Leisure. Back after this as we continue on the experience. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
Welcome to Sherwin-Williams.
Hi there. I heard paints are 30% off.
Yep, and stains too.
Right here.
Mm-hmm. Only at your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store.
Right now?
Well, April 25th through 29th.
Bring it in. I'm a big hugger.
It's cool. Ask Sherwin-Williams April 25th through 29th and save 30% on paints and stains with sale prices starting at $26.94. Only at your local Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
I know the sweetest thing in Memphis, and I know it's been around for 115 years. I'm talking about Dinstall's, and it's time to stock up heavy on Cashew Crunch, Heavenly Crunch, Turtlettes, all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. So easy to get. The sweetest thing in Memphis, all you have to do is head to Laurelwood or head to Germantown and Poplar right across from the hospital, or go where they make the candies. That's on Pleasant View. There's nothing that says Memphis better than Cashew Crunch with that little tinge of coconut or the Turtlettes. Let's face it, there's nothing better than Dinstall's chocolate. That's the mainstay of all candies, isn't it? Milk chocolate, although their dark chocolate is pretty darn good. And if you get the peppermint with the dark chocolate and put it in the freezer, you're going to love it. So many ways to love Dinstall's. Stock up heavy on all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. 115 years of making Memphis oh so sweet.
Finding a good Mother's Day gift can be tricky year after year. Flowers are gorgeous, but they only last a short while. And candy has so many carbs. What in the world should you get the mothers in your life? I'm Heidi Schaefer, Chief Operating Officer of the Skin Clinics, and I have a perfect solution for you. A gift certificate to the Skin Clinics. Always the right size and color, and something for every mother, wife, sister, or beloved aunt in your life. And we have a little extra gift for you, too. Buy a $100 gift certificate and get a $10 gift certificate for free. Buy a $50 gift certificate and get a $5 gift certificate for free to be used on any product or service at the Skin Clinics. The mother in your life can get what she really needs, from super effective sunscreens to cool sculpting to liquid facelifts. Mother's Day is Sunday, May 12th. Take the guesswork out of Mother's Day this year and get a gift certificate from the Skin Clinics at any of our locations. 901-345-SKIN, 901-345-SKIN, or visit us online at theskinclinics.com.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Lads for your zero-turn mower and golf car needs. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
There she was, like double cherry pie. Yeah, there she was, like disco superfly. I smell sex and candy. Yeah.
Who's that lounging in my chair?
That's all right.
Who's that casting?
Devious stares in my direction. What's this? What's the theme here? Just kind
Just
of
good music is what the theme is.
This is one hit wonder Thursday. We could go with that.
Wait, this person didn't have another hit?
This was a band. Marcy Playground was the name of this band.
Oh.
Sex and Candy was the name of the hit. And I don't believe that they had anything remotely approaching another hit.
Man, that song, you could just locomotive to that.
Could you?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
That's a
I don't feel like you
right
could
there.
chugga chugga.
You can definitely chugga to that.
There's not much energy to it, but okay.
That's why you do the slow chugga.
Yeah, you gotta provide too much of your own energy for that song. I don't like it. Not a fan.
That song is great.
We got some interesting texts at 67129. Tyler, the creator, texting in. I appreciate that. Thank you. We got your number. We'll give you a call. We'll give you a call. Maybe have you on sometime. Got to watch that mouth though. A little bit of a potty mouth.
KPBSFS.
I don't know if I'm fully down with all that.
No.
Really, I'm not. I don't know that I'm down with any of that actually. Let's see. No, first thing, no. Second thing,
no.
I mean, some stuff you can
do that.
Burning certain things is appropriate,
that's cool.
probably. A nice logs out on the old fire pit. That's a lot of fun. I like to do that.
School not really
school.
my thing.
I love school.
School's not my scene.
Listen, don't dog out school just
I'm
because you couldn't finish the deal in pharmacy school. Don't dog people out on that. Come on.
Why you have to bring it up?
I mean, high school was okay. College was
because you're
high school. College.
For me, high school was not okay.
I'm not bringing it up other than just to say that you can't dog it out, man. You can't take the children of the future that are listening to the show every day. There are kids that listen who say for whom that you are the touchstone. You are the guiding light.
You're right.
And you're saying bad things about school, and that totally diminishes. Then all of a sudden they think, oh, CJ doesn't like school. Maybe I don't like school.
Love school. School is good.
You don't have to love school. You just have to acknowledge that school has an important role. Schooling is important.
Yes.
There are aspects of school I agree I don't like. But, you can't just be like blanket statement. Like, come on. Got to fight through it, man. Don't be Kyrie over here. That's how you end up talking about how the earth's flat in front of everybody. That's how you end up making these dumb statements and looking like an idiot. That's the attitude that gets you there. You don't need that. Come on, man.
School is the hardest thing you'll ever have to do.
I don't think that's true either.
No. For me, it was. Yeah. My life got so much easier.
Yeah, but you're still young.
Oh, don't wish that on me.
I'm not wishing that on you. I'm just telling you that things happen. Life is full of ups and downs. For sure. So we'll talk about the Warriors getting a very hard-fought and weird and potentially costly win over the Houston Rockets momentarily. We've been finishing up on the Celtics and the Bucks. Texter 67129 on the First Bank text line said Grizzlies need Brad Stevens. Well, okay, look, it's sure I'm sure they do. That'd be great. Absolutely, great hire.
When they going to interview?
Texter, you need to facilitate that interview process and see if Brad Stevens would leave.
They're not going to pay him though.
Brad Stevens did well. Not only that, but I mean, does Brad Stevens, does he want to have to do all this over again? I don't know. I don't know what he wants. He did lose one of his key assistants already after the game last night, which is problematic. The guy that was the development coach for Jason Tatum and some of the other young guys, who's credited with a lot of their progress along the way. Micah Shrewsbury, he is leaving to go to the Purdue staff. He will be part of Matt Painter's staff.
No,
he wants to be a college head coach and feels like that's the better approach. So
go someplace else.
No, he wants to go to Purdue.
No,
that's actually where he's going to go.
That's unacceptable.
Well, you can tell him that because it's already done.
I'll let him know.
So
what's his name again?
Micah Shrewsbury.
Dear Michael.
No, Micah. Right out of the gate.
Micah. Dear Micah Shrewsbury.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Just don't send this.
Okay.
Don't send this. This is gonna be problematic for
okay. Thank you for talking me off that ledge.
Yeah, you're not gonna like that. So he's leaving, which again is not in and of itself that big of a deal. Assistant coaches leave all the time, but couple that with the rest of the chaotic end of the season, and now the Celtics have so many questions about what it is they're going to do, whether or not they're going to try to bring Kyrie Irving back, what they do if they don't bring him back. Now, what does this mean for the Anthony Davis trade? Because a lot of the Anthony Davis stuff was contingent upon Kyrie coming back and be a part of the mix. If we're assuming that he's not going to be part of the mix, and that certainly seems to be the prevailing thought right now, well, then what does that mean for Brad Stevens, or what does that mean for Anthony Davis, and for that whole trade situation? Look at the two teams for whom Anthony Davis was going to be traded at the deadline. You had, or to whom I should say, you had Boston and you had LA, Lakers, Celtics. Both of these franchises are in disarray. The Anthony Davis trade and the possibility of getting the Brow certainly destabilized the Lakers in the middle of the season. They said as much. Talked about how all those young players in the locker room felt as though they were just chips to be moved around on the table, and if they could have gotten them, they would have traded all of them for Anthony Davis and the whole thing, and LeBron wasn't really into them, et cetera, et cetera. I wonder if the Celtics aren't in that same boat, where all the discussion about Anthony Davis and the assumption that he was going to be traded for young player X, young player Y. Oh, could you include Jason Tatum in the deal? Would you include Jaylen Brown in the deal? Would you include, Terry Rozier and blah, 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 and all this? I wonder if that didn't have some impact on these guys as well in the locker room to think, are we just playing the season out? And they're really thinking about next year because they're going to get Anthony Davis, and where am I going to go and what am I going to do? And this Anthony Davis thing has done a number on two storied franchises in 1 year, laid them out, both.
Hats off to New Orleans for leaking that information. Y'all are going to try and fleece us for Anthony Davis? Y'all are going to try and talk to Anthony Davis behind our backs? That's what y'all are going to do? Y'all are going to tamper? Well, wait till we leak Birdman hand rub. Wait till we leak this information. L.A., Boston. Wait till we do this. Let's see how your young core deals with that. Insert evil laugh here.
It seems that way. I don't know. So now the question is, how do you respond? How do you recover from that? Because I don't know what Anthony Davis does now. I know that looking at the Lakers, that was, I don't know if that was the first domino that fell, but that was one of the first. And from that point, it has been an utter disaster of a season, and that disaster has continued from the season into the offseason now, because the Lakers have ended their talks with Tyronn Lue without reaching a deal. which seemed like a no-brainer at this point. The Lakers have offered Tyronn Lue a deal basically that locks him in with LeBron. So a 3-year deal worth $18 million, but Lue wants a 5-year deal with a salary commensurate with a championship resume. And I guess
has he won a championship?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He won the title with LeBron and Kyrie.
Okay.
So he got the title. So not only could they not agree on contractual terms because they didn't want to pay the guy, even though they wanted to bring him in, but also they had proposed, according to Woj, several scenarios involving their preferred candidates for assistant coaches, including Jason Kidd.
Backstab.
Now let's remember how Tyronn Lue got the job to begin with in Cleveland. He was the lead assistant for David Blatt.
Game recognized game.
And Jason Kidd is well known as a manipulator. Let's remember how he got himself fired in Brooklyn and managed to slide over to Milwaukee. And it's
interview for the Milwaukee job while Milwaukee still had it.
Yeah. So in Game of Thrones terms, Jason Kidd is Littlefinger.
Ooh.
And you don't want Littlefinger on your coaching staff or anywhere near your family or friends or anyone you care about. So and beyond that, not only the fact that it's Jason Kidd, but the fact what team forces assistant coaches on their coach? Like when you hire a coach, that coach typically is the one in charge of their staff. Those are the guys or the men and women that he's going to be working with. Like that's who you want. You don't tend to, as an organization, make those calls and forcing him to work with that. Again, it's such a ridiculous request to make from what was at one time a very proud franchise, but they are routinely now embarrassing themselves and showing themselves to be utterly dysfunctional. I'm at a loss for words. I mean, all you have to do if you own the Lakers is not screw it up, and they are failing that at every turn.
We lit into Brother Bus for making bonehead decision after bonehead decision.
That would be Jim.
Bonehead decision. When we gonna light in the sister bus?
Oh, Jeannie's already been lit into.
Like this can't be what is done.
Yeah.
You got to why are you hiring a coach if you don't trust him enough to pit assistant coaches around him or her? Like if you're when the contract is signed, if you're already dictating what is going on with that coach's decision making, who you put around you as a coach, that's the first thing you decide on. If you're already meddling in this coach's decision making as far as assistant coaches go, why do you think this person would be able to run a team? And if you don't think this person is able to run a team, why are you hiring him or her? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. Let him hire who he's going to hire and then deal with it from there. Why? And again, why are you hiring a backstabber? You're hiring a backstabber and then telling that backstabber, hey, put another backstabber on your roster, on your coaching staff. Like that's going to lend itself to a healthy environment for the young core and for LeBron James. Like that, it doesn't make sense. Don't do that. Get out of the way.
And the OJs, I mean, now we get them involved.
Yes.
And OJ's right there in Southern California. We saw what happened when he got involved.
Whoa.
You see?
Whoa.
See how this works?
Too soon. Is OJ?
That's why the OJs.
Is OJ there still? The OJ was kicking in Florida.
No, but I'm saying where he did his work was in good and bad was in Southern California. And of course, the OJs, as we all know, as a band, were named after O.J. Simpson.
No, they weren't. Don't put that on the OJs.
Come on, man.
Orenthal James band.
That's what they were. The Orenthal James band.
They are not that.
That's right.
No.
Yeah. No. Everyone knows that. Let's go to Sean, who is dialed up. Hey, we got the phone lines back.
Sean, what up, man?
CJ, good morning to you. Peter, good morning to you.
Good morning, Sean.
I wanted to ask real quickly, y'all were talking about coaches in regards to the Grizzlies coach. We've seen who they've interviewed for their jobs so far. I love the idea of going after the European coach, Saronis, but I wanted to ask real quickly, I would love to get like a Mike Brown or, a former head coach who's had experience that's now in a situation where they've kind of, been in a successful setup, probably learned some new things. But in terms of the responsibilities of the head coach versus the assistant coaches, Jaren's development obviously is a big thing. That's why we looked at Alex Jensen, who developed Rudy Gobert. Peter, do you feel like that the development of Jaren should be the primary focus of the head coach, or would you rather get a head coach who overall has shown success to create an atmosphere that breeds player development overall, that breeds sustained success, and then you have one or two assistant coaches whose primary focus is developing Jaren?
Well,
Where do you feel that falls?
Well, I mean, in general, Sean, thanks for the phone call. In general, the role of the head coach does not really allow for them in most cases, in most teams. I guess I can't speak for every team's individual setup, but with the amount of things that the head coach has to manage and the amount of people, it is very difficult for the head coach to be hands-on with regard to player development on a regular basis. That is why assistant coaches, that is why there are player development coaches. That is why there are specific people who are specifically involved with player development. That's where we discussed the development of players. Each one, you can kind of look back 2 or 3 assistant coaches, but maybe along the way that have had involvement with that. Like in the case of Kawhi, it was Chip England and Chad Forcia that were given the credit for that. In the case of some of the latest Spurs, like Bryn Forbes, Becky Hammond is given the credit for being involved in his development and kind of emergence as a player. Jason Tatum, we mentioned, Micah Shrewsbury, the coach from each team. Essentially, as an assistant coach, you have a few players that you are responsible for, that you really spend a lot of time with, and that you deal with. There are also coaches on the staff that are strictly developing certain aspects of games, or just overall in the course of developing players. So finding ways to improve or improving certain things or working on those that's a very granular process, and it requires individual attention. The head coach just can't do that. What you do want, though, is a head coach that fosters that environment. And I think you mentioned that in the call, Sean. What you do want is a head coach that typically brings in staff and people around that he or she can allow them to grow and to be continually improving and really focusing on that and using that. And then once that improvement is shown, the head coach having the faith within the game to actually play that player and to actually take that, because that then can kickstart the growth to a different level. If a player is improving and looking, pretty good here and there, pretty good, okay, but then it never happens for them in the game, the head coach doesn't have faith in that process, then, the development ultimately is going to stall. So that's the role of the head coach in this whole thing. You don't see NBA teams where the head coach is specifically working with a player's development that closely, because they just don't have time. There's so many other things that they have to deal with, from a competitive standpoint, from an organizational standpoint. They have to manage their other coaches and have to manage all the players. A lot of logistical stuff that they have to do. Tons more media scrutiny and that there's just so much on their plate that individual development is not really part of it. You need to have assistants that will do that. And whoever the Grizzlies end up hiring, that's going to have to be a major part of it. Is you're going to have to sell the team on what your plan is for Jaren and potentially for whoever they end up drafting, if they end up drafting somebody.
You brought up the culture, and that is why, culturally speaking, you don't see players run the culture. Players dictate the culture, because players come and go. Coaches, front office members should be with the franchise a bit longer, and the franchise is going to be there no matter what. Players and coaches come and go, and so the franchise should have that culture. And right now, I don't know what the Grizzlies' culture is, so it is important for them to get a coach, like you said, Peter, who brings in a culture of player development amongst other things with them, because right now they're rudderless.
They got to have that. We'll take a break. We'll come back and wrap up hour number 1 here in the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, grab a seat for Happy Hour. Johnny Radio's Happy Hour from 1 to 3 on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
The show is about to begin. Campbell Clinic now offers daytime walk-in care, and you don't need an appointment. If you've got any kind of urgent break, sprain, strain, you can walk into any of their 5 convenient locations Monday through Friday from 8 until 4. There's no long wait you have to put up with the ER, and those doctors are really good, but they're not orthopedists. They're not world-renowned orthopedists who have come up with different procedures and written the manuals for them that are used everywhere in the world. And I'm not kidding you. And you can now see those doctors who treat the tigers, the grizzlies, the redbirds. You can see them today without an appointment. And I'm talking Collierville, Germantown, South Haven, downtown at the Med Center, or even the Campbell Clinic Spine Center in Cordova. Now, if you've got something pressing, you got to go to work and you can bear the pain until the evening, there's Campbell Clinic After Hours. That's Monday through Thursday from 5 to 8 in Germantown, South Haven, even Saturday morning in Germantown. If you're injured, don't wait. Visit Campbell Clinic Walk-In Care or Campbell Clinic After Hours. When you think about James Davis, you think custom fit. You know about Stan Shirts. That's the company that revolutionized custom fit. You take 3 measurements and a week later, you get the perfect shirt. It starts at $98. I've gotten several. My neck fits correctly. And they've added big and tall this spring to go along with everybody else. And that's the only place you can get them. So they did the same thing with suits. James Davis is now doing custom fit suits starting at only $695. And you've got 150 different fabrics to choose from. Besides custom fit, well, James Davis is the home of performance fabrics. Those Paul Battendley suits are still hot and still 2 for $795. Regularly $595 a piece, and they come in classic or slim fit. They have performance fabrics in shirts and shorts and pants. You'll love the 5-pocket slacks. They move with you. James Davis Menswear in the Laurelwood Shopping Center, now celebrating spring.
On June 6th, D-Day veterans will storm the beaches of Normandy one last time in honor of the 75th anniversary. Forever Young Senior Veterans, a local nonprofit, will soon return 14 of these heroes to France. Give a tax-deductible gift at foreveryoungvets.org as a way to thank them for their sacrifice and your freedom. For more information, call 901-299-7516 or visit foreveryoungvets.org.
Welcome to Sherwin-Williams. Hi there. I heard paints are 30% off. Yep, and stains too. Right here. Mm-hmm. Only at your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Right now? Well, April 25th through 29th.
Bring it in. I'm a big hugger.
It's cool. Ask Sherwin-Williams April 25th through 29th and save 30% on paints and stains with sale prices starting at $26.94. Only at your local Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Lads for your zero-turn mower and golf car needs. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
On the jam list. This is definitely on the jam list. This is all up on the jam list.
It is so interesting to me. The jams that get you fired up.
You've got the weird jam list. You got a mixture of everything that's considered your jam list.
Honestly, you promised me I'm never gonna find you faking.
Ugh. You had to make this song complicated with it. Yeah, we were enjoying it so much. But absolutely. So Avril Lavigne is on your list.
Yes. Like just jam.
Do we have the list, Max, of like what he has jammed? Because it's like a weird teen pop / it's just there's a lot of it's unusual. I mean, it's cool. It's fine. I'm not. You like what you like, but God, I can't. I mean, it's fine. It's a fine song, I guess.
It's a fine song, you guess? That's not your jam. You don't hear that song and immediately get happy.
No.
And bop around in the car.
No.
Sing out loud at the top of your lungs.
Typically, if I hear that
song,
song,
is it just me?
I change it.
Is it just me?
Max, how do you feel about it? When you hear that song? What do? Do you?
Max played it. So
I kind of sing along to it.
Kind of.
I don't change it. No.
Okay. I will probably change it, honestly. It's I can. I don't hate it, but it's definitely not my jam.
Oh, it's all over my jam.
Okay. Listen, the heart wants what it wants.
Yes. And so do the ears.
So does
if we're on a road trip and that song comes on, everybody in the car gets into it.
Good.
Like, I'm on the road trip with my mom, sister, brother.
Yeah.
We all sing that one. That one. And there are a couple of Dixie Chicks songs.
Careful.
Dixie Chicks.
Careful.
I can't say chicks, so I'm done. The Dixie Ladies. There are a couple of those songs that really get us going.
Reminds me of that old joke about the Dixie, the car named Dixie, you know?
Yes. What's the joke about it?
Well, when it got into an accident and it wrecked.
Mm-hmm.
You know what happened? My Dixie wrecked. That's the old classic, It's very similar to that joke, I think. Just had me. Anyway, 67129. What? What do you want me to do? What? Yes, I don't know.
And I just complimented you on your maturity.
Well, that was your fault. That was your fault because you're wrong about that. You got that one way wrong.
Oh, that's a good one.
Last night also, potentially major thing. The Warriors beat the Rockets. I don't know, did you stay up to watch this game? Like it was a weird game. It was a game of very much of runs. Like not the Joel Embiid runs, but
I thought people were just. I was like, wait, I don't recall any of that on the court.
No. But it was like in the second quarter, for example, you had the Warriors went on a 19-3 run, which was immediately followed by a 10-0 run by the Rockets, which was immediately followed by a 10-0 run by the Warriors. It was all in bunches, and the Rockets were down fairly big and would never go away. Just kind of hung around, did their thing, were right there, had their opportunities late, could not quite ever get over that hump in one of those kind of frustrating games where you were just really, really close. That said, this could be a situation, and I guess it would be somewhat coincidental and a little bit strange if the injury to a key player hurts the Warriors in games 6 and 7 when they have an opportunity to win the series in 6, and they can't go because Kevin Durant suffered initially what a lot of people thought was a torn Achilles.
Yeah.
It looked like, oh my God, this could change the whole nature of this season and next and everything else. Turns out it's a calf strain. That could be a week injury, week to 10 days. It could be a month. I mean, you don't know. Calf strains are weird and they take a while because you don't realize the importance of the calf in your explosion. But no, Max does obviously because of his extensive weight work.
Yes.
But
have you ever had a calf cramp and how much that can pin you down?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Imagine a calf strain.
Well, but the strain keeps you from having that explosion. Even when it's healthy, you're not quite. You're a little nervous about it. It doesn't. So it's a tough one to recover from. So I would think Durant is going to be out for the next 2 games and maybe the big chunk of the next series or more going forward. It is echoes of the Rockets last year when Chris Paul was hurt and the Rockets had their opportunities in games 6 and 7 and could not take full advantage of it. The Warriors are up 3-2, but without Durant, we've seen they have struggled offensively. And now this gives them a chance to go back to the old days and see what they've got left in the tank without Durant.
So fitting, like karma coming back on the Warriors. You brought up last year with Chris Paul. Don't forget Tony Allen, Mike Conley, both injured. And that first Warriors run, it seems like every year Kevin Love was out for the Cavs when the Warriors knocked them off one of those years. Don't forget, like the Warriors, as great as they've been in the postseason, as great as this run has been, it's been achieved with major injuries to major contenders for their title and for their throne. It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out.
It will be interesting to see how it all plays out. I agree with that.
That's what I just said.
I think it will be.
I just said that.
I agree with that. I agree that you said that.
Okay.
I think it's interesting that you said that.
I think it's interesting that you think it's interesting that I find that interesting.
Yeah, I agree. All of that, very interesting.
Yes.
Interesting stuff abounds here on the program. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Boy, can the interest level continue to be this high? I don't know. Let's try.
I don't know.
We'll do our best. Hour number 2, we'll continue here. We'll talk a little bit about what comes next in these playoffs, what comes next tonight. Also, we'll talk about the college basketball situation, what comes next, which is, well, nothing in the court cases. But what does that mean going forward for the sport? We'll discuss that, too, as we continue here. Hour number 2 on the way, live from the Family Leisure Studios, Real Sports Talk Sports 5687.7 FM.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
The forensic analyst searched for clues to the house fire.
Could that be
Starch? Suddenly it came together. The fire was started by
an over-microwaved potato?
Covered, July 25th, 2015. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
You always test the water, don't you? Whenever you get into the shower or the bathtub, you always make sure the water is not too hot so you don't get burnt. And the same thing is true if you're thinking of selling your home. This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Mark's Bensdorf Realtors, celebrating 150 years in business. Back to the hot water. When you or someone you know is thinking of selling, make sure and test the water. Talk to 2 to 3 real estate brokers to find out not only what they think about your house and the price, but what they will do for you. And make sure that I am one of them. I have an award-winning, highly successful strategic marketing program with a Shell Bucks option that can mean the difference in whether you sit or sell. You can reach me at 682-1868 or memphisrelocate.com. Find out why people often say that when you want the job done, call Shell Done. Between the internet marketing, our nationwide relocation business, and the Shell Bucks, you definitely need to call me. Shell Done Rosengarten at 682-1868 or memphisrelocate.com. Do it now and don't get burnt.
Season tickets for the 2019 Memphis Tigers football season are on sale now and start at $100 when you buy 4 in the Family Fun Zone and $150 for end zone seats. The 6-game home schedule is highlighted with matchups against regional foe Ole Miss, plus AAC rivals Cincinnati and Navy. A season ticket includes the same great seat for all 6 home games, plus priority options to buy single game tickets, bowl tickets, and more. Be part of the incredible game day experience and get your seats today at GoTigersGo.com or call 901-678-2331. Stripe up.
Your home for the Ole Miss Rebels. Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and WPGF-LP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. This hour is brought to you by Schrader Orthopedic and Stem Cell Treatment Center, specializing in stem cell treatment for your neck, back, hips, knees, shoulders, and autoimmune diseases. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
With a finger and a thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets
Is this on your jam list?
No, I despise this song, and then I watched Shrek, and now I don't mind it. I really hated this song, and then like 3 or 4 years after Shrek came out, I watched Shrek, and it's the song that is playing while Shrek is doing ogre stuff. It's like, you know what? I can rock with this. I can do ogre stuff to this song. I like it.
I like it too. I'm a fan. In the Shrek context.
The Smash Mouth?
Only, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're only in the
It's
Shrek
this
context.
Smash Mouth. I mean, oh, come on. Like you don't know. Like you don't have the greatest.
The Smash Mouth greatest hits with
no,
this?
No, excuse me, the greatest hit.
Okay.
It's just that
There's
song
like 3 or
15
4
times.
great hits, and that was about it.
All of them were on Shrek soundtracks.
What were the other great hits from Smash Mouth.
I believe. I'm a believer.
Again, not their song. That's
not
just that was the
cool.
Monkees, but fair enough. Okay. Did he
Accidentally in Love?
Never heard of that song?
Yes, from Shrek 2.
Walking on the Sun?
Oh, yeah.
Who?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's
Why would I walk on the sun? That's dangerous.
Yeah. No. Walking on the Sun. Yeah. Is that nothing else though, right? Doesn't look like it. No, I don't think so. So
why can't we be friends?
Again, what do they just do other people's songs in that Smash Mouth style? 2 of their 4 biggest hits are like other people's songs.
Yes.
And they're like note for note. They don't even remix it or anything. It's ugh. Anyway, so welcome back. Hour number 2 of the experience is here in the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk Sports 56 87.7 FM. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. I'm Peter. That's CJ. Woo. Max on the other side of the glass getting ready. Big night for Max. Good luck, buddy. Coming up here on the
Make us proud.
Yeah. Fingers crossed, big guy. What?
I will say this.
Being supportive.
So Max comes in here and tells us what we're doing wrong, and we talk for a little bit during the commercial break. Max is on a second date, and
I wasn't going to put that out there. I
am.
I mean, this man's just telling everybody.
I know,
about business, right?
man, put your business out there. I was never going to put that out there.
I am.
I respect that, Peter. Thank you.
It's never going to say that.
Whatever.
I'm just wishing you luck. That's all.
Whatever. We all wish Max good luck. I will say Max is better at this dating thing than I am, because I do not spend money on the first 3 or 4 dates. Max already taken her to dinner and to a movie. Like I'm not spending money on you the first 3 or 4 dates.
What are you doing, man?
We can go to the park. Go to the park. Do something free at like a museum. There's usually a free day at a museum. Then we can hang out someplace else. Your choice, where I don't have to spend money on. Because I don't know you like that. Money's valuable.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, your wife is a lucky lady.
Man, super lucky. Super lucky. Our first
to have
3 dates.
Survive this gauntlet. Amazing.
No, our first 4 dates. Parked twice.
Going to the grocery store.
Free, yes.
Walmart.
Free play at Playhouse on the Square. And caught a free something or another at the Brooks Museum. Like that's first 4 dates. Before I was like, okay.
And you can only have water. Did you buy her like a snack at any point?
No, I didn't buy her. Buy her a snack.
Like some kind of a nice little. We're walking by we're in the park. Oh, they're selling the Mem Pops is here. They got these nice little popsicles.
No,
it's $4 a popsicle. You got to drop $4 on her?
No, I don't know you like that.
What a lucky lady.
She is lucky.
Good Lord.
I let her put the air on 75 in my house.
Oh my! In your house? Huh?
And
is it?
Yeah, no, it's
house?
807. It's my house. She's not listening. It is my house.
Oh my God. I mean, like, I'm not saying you got to go to, the finest place in town. You don't have to go to some amazing, wonderful, super expensive restaurant. There are plenty, and they're lovely. But drop a little money on her. I mean, come on, man. She's got to be worth that.
We're trying to get to know each other. I don't have to. Why am I paying to get to know you? Like, we could just sit down and talk. We can sit down in the park and talk. Look at the sun on the stars.
I mean, I don't mind that for the first date. Yeah. Second date.
Well, we're still getting to know each other.
No. At that point, no. At that point,
Let's continue to get to know one another.
If you would like to continue to get to know, it's like this is like the free week of HBO. Like, all right, you know what? That first week is free. If you want to keep getting to know me, now you got to start paying.
Nah, I need the 30-day free trial, baby. Give me a month. Give me a month free.
But the problem is a lot of people cancel that subscription.
Yes, and that's fine. Let me use your password. Let me use somebody.
And you're not getting to know somebody without, going to dinner.
Listen, hey,
that knowledge is not.
I don't understand.
Knowledge is free, but knowledge ain't free.
I don't understand why I have to pay to get to know you. Right? Like, if we want to know each other, we should know each other. That shouldn't be contingent on me spending my money.
No, but I think if you don't want to know someone who's not willing to put a little investment in that process.
I don't want to put a little investment in the process until I get to know you. I can't buy a car. I can't buy a car without a test drive. That's how I roll. That's me.
Well, listen.
That's how I book.
A test drive.
A test drive. Just a little test.
Yeah. A very small test drive, perhaps.
What do you mean a
very
small
short
test? What do you mean
test drive?
Short test drive?
It's very unusual to get a full test drive. You ain't getting a weekend with the car.
I mean, some dealerships let you get the weekend with the
those
car.
Dealerships are, I don't know if those dealerships are taking care of their business the way they need to.
Hey, that's on them. I just know me.
And they typically don't. They got to hang on to your license.
That's why
we may have to do a credit check potentially. We may have to,
run a quick background.
We got to have a background check.
Yeah.
We can't just be,
Let's do all my background clean.
You can't
my
just get in this car without,
My credit is good. My credit got tested once a month, so it was good.
All right.
And that is not how I pulled her. But here's what happened after those 4 dates. After those 4 dates, we did dinner. We did dinner and golfing games. We did dinner at Majestic and Phantom of the Opera.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't mind shelling it out. Right? I don't mind paying money, lots of money for great experiences.
After basically,
but after I get to know you 2, 3, 4 months in, then we can do a bid together because I know you. But not,
are you about to do a song? The way you said together indicated that you're about to break
together, girl.
Together, girl. Girl, on our first 4 dates, I ain't paying for nothing. But eventually, if you're with me long enough, I might pay for a medium price dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah, girl.
You putting that in your Tinder profile?
Yes.
I ain't paying for nothing for the first month.
Yes.
So just deal with that. But eventually, I probably will. Maybe not.
No. Not eventually, I probably will. If you cool, I might one day. If not, I won't. Better take these good morning beautiful texts and like it. Hey, I'm thinking about you. Not thinking about spending money on you, but I'm thinking about you and like it.
Thinking about how little money you're costing me right now. Thinking about how good this bank account looks right now.
Yes.
Texter says, I feel you, CJ. I had my lady come cook for me on our first date at her place with her food. She even used her gas to come get me. Well, we got Willie Hutch over here.
Whoa.
I know.
That's good right there.
I mean, that's that.
We got a break.
How was that presented? Okay, yeah, you want to go out? Sure. Now, how about we go to your place? How about you come get me, take me back to your place, and you cook for me, and you pay for all that? Sounds cool.
Maybe they work together, and he was like, or work nearby. I was like, hey, listen, you mind taking me from the job to your house? It doesn't make sense for both of us to drive to the same spot, and then you can just bring me back to my car. I don't know. But that is good right there. I have not pulled that one off.
That's strong right there.
Yes.
Another texter says, CJ, your Smash Mouth memory's off. I'm a Believer was the song in Shrek. Accidentally in Love is by Counting Crows. Your ogre mental mind needs work, fam.
No, at the start of the show, you're right on that second part. At the start of the movie, though,
the mental mind part definitely needs work.
The All-Star was a song at the start. I'm a Believer was at the very end. That's Donkey singing I'm a Believer at the end with all the, spoiler alert, all the characters lose their minds to I believe. But yeah, at the very beginning, it was, why are you laughing? At the very beginning, it was All-Star.
Because these texters are cracking me up. Texter said, CJ's going out big, having dinner at Putt Putt.
I'm just saying, we didn't do dinner at Putt Putt.
My lady, would you like a couple of hot dogs?
Would my lady like some popcorn?
Would my lady like a free refill on that beverage?
Wait, not getting would she like a free water?
No, it's a free what? No, what? You're not getting a soft drink?
Oh,
come on. But the refills are free.
The refills are free with the
water. It's like
$1.49.
Come on.
And water is $1.00. Water is free. Water isn't even $1.
Man, by this point, you're already paying for Putt Putt. Come on.
It's like $8.
I know. Go with Super Saturday. Then it's $850 for the whole deal. 9 to 1, as much putt as you want. You could take the lady to my lady. Would you like a Saturday morning date?
I should have.
Super Saturday.
I should have.
What I'd like what's you enjoy $8 in free game room play?
Yes, that's what I should have.
I mean that's what you should have. Yeah.
But I
and you get a drink with that.
I didn't think about that.
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
No, you did not.
I took her there, and did we do Jerry's that time? I don't think we did Jerry's. I think we did Jerry's. Yeah. Mm-hmm. One of the things we do, she loves it. Now, because she had never done it. She had never done putt-putt at the time. I'm all about also broadening your horizons, giving you an experience after that 30-day trial period.
I bet you are.
So I am.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
So she had never done golfing games, took golfing games, did it big at golfing games. Not only did we putt-putt,
did it big.
Batting cages and go-karts. Yeah.
So if you're already in for that much, you might as well get the drink. Don't nickel and dime this thing.
We had our own drinks also. But anyways, like
you're
our
not
own
supposed to do that.
Water.
Now you're No.
Oh, I didn't know that. Nobody had told me that. And I think we went to Jerry's either beforehand or afterhand.
Texter says the dessert was Lasertron.
You dang right it was. Shot her. And I don't take it easy on
you. Did y'all go back to the corner at Lasertron and like just kind of hang out in there for a little bit?
No, we didn't know each other.
You didn't get to know each other a little better in the corner.
We didn't get
Lasertron.
No,
with all the various fluorescent situation happening.
To your point,
okay.
Ladies don't let you get to know them if you're not willing to spend the money.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
Listen,
knowledge costs money.
I understand that, but I
got
to get to know you before I want to know you like that. So I can take my time. I can ease on down the road on this.
Listen, obviously it's worked out for you. Texter says, CJ, didn't you end up getting married to her? So that worked out, right?
She broke up with me like 5 times.
Yes, I was going to say there's more to the story that people don't know.
Yes,
I wasn't going to say it.
It worked out in the long term, but there was some ebbs and flows in that thing.
So it turns out she may not have really, that approach may not have really been the best.
Here's what happened. She looked around and was like, yo, I don't know if I want to put in the effort to do better than this guy. So I'm just going to settle for him. She definitely settled. And I am fine with that.
That's beautiful, man.
Yes. I am I've had better. I could probably do better, but I get so much work. I'm just going to deal with this one. And that's fine with me.
For all my life, I'll settle for someone like you. And I pray that God never brings someone who's a little bit better because I don't have to make a tough decision.
Hey, I'm fine with that.
It's beautiful.
I am fine with it.
It's beautiful. That's what it's all about.
I hope she's out of her car. The rain may have slowed her down on her commute. She's got to be out of the car by now.
I'm not going to ask if you settled.
Oh, no. Because I'll kick the coverage like a mug. I was punting from the 20 and kicked it to the opposing team's 10. Got it down inside the 10, baby.
Also, Max, I hope you are taking notes on these, and then you hope you're going to burn these notes as soon as you take them. Because
I'm completely ignoring these notes because they're
terrible.
Correct. They're awful.
Yeah, I've got a load of creative and affordable dates for you.
Affordable as in $0 is extremely affordable.
No, if you don't mind, like it's strawberry season. Go pick strawberries. She'll love that.
Hey, listen, here's what
and that's like $5.
Here's what I'm saying. Okay. No one is disputing the first date you can go to the park, whatever. Like, no, you don't want to commit to anything. I got you. You don't want to throw that out there. You're not, I mean, some people do. Some people want to, roll out the red carpet. You really think that this is something big. Cool. But, I get it. If you want to go to the park or you want to go, to the museum or you want to go to some free music show or somewhere, or go hang out in a bar and just kind of get to know each other. Good to have lunch somewhere, I got it. Cool. What I'm saying is at the second and third is where we're starting to get a little problematic.
That's way too soon.
That's you got to escalate this. And if you want to go pick strawberries, hey man, cool. That's a great part of a date. That's not the date. That's a part of a date where then you go and take your strawberry chemistry that you've developed out in the fields and you move that to a place to go eat or go whatever. And then, yes, you pay for that.
ease.
Maybe you go into a
that.
nice mid-range chain restaurant rather than
When?
go to
When?
like a second or third date.
Second, I'm supposed to take a chick to Red Lobster on the second or third date. I'm supposed to take her to get the cheddar biscuits.
I didn't say
She
red.
got to get the cheddar biscuits on
You
the
said
second
Red
or third
Lobster.
date.
You said Red Lobster.
No.
I said a mid-range. Red Lobster's a little up there. I got you. Go to
What's
Applebee's.
up?
Go to
Applebee's?
Get the 2 appetizers for the 2 for $20.
She get the 2 for $20?
Yeah.
On the second date?
Yeah, it's 10.
No, sir. No, sir.
If you go to a fast food
restaurant,
restaurant, you're spending like 15.
why am I? No.
Yeah. You each get the $5 or $6 whatever. You're right there.
If you were saying take
It's
her,
a similar.
CJ's making her get something off the dollar.
I was saying right. If I can understand,
You may choose
saying,
up to 2 items on the dollar menu.
Yeah, they got to pick 6 at Burger King. No, you can pick 2. CJ got to pick 2. You can get a drink and
getting
some
that
French
4
fries.
for 4 at Wendy's.
To split. We can split a 4 for 4. You can get a Frosty and a burger.
Frosties are
date.
50 cents now, by the way. So you're good.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Second date. Let's go get us Frosties and go to a different park and hang out. Let's do it.
Let's do the
Memphis is a beautiful.
Memphis
is a beautiful city.
Oh,
we did.
Hey,
Shelby
what's our
Farms.
third date? How about the park?
Another park.
Different park. Cool.
We're gonna hit Shelby Farms,
Wow.
Overton Square, and Tom Lee Park. We're gonna hit them all.
Tom Lee Park. Unless you're going for Music Fest, there's nothing to go to Tom Lee Park for.
Tom Lee is beautiful. You sit up at the top.
No, you
on
just
the little
watch. It's just a
lookout
big
spot
field
and watch everybody do things.
It's just a
and
field.
talk and watch the boats go down the Mississippi River.
If you're gonna go to the park, go to Harbortown. Just go down
The Harbortown. I
That's
couldn't
much
think of the
better.
Harbortown
Yeah,
Park.
Harbortown.
What's that
But
one?
That's what it is. It's Harbortown.
Harbortown
Yeah.
Park. We could go there. I love that
They
park.
go there. That's actually where I proposed to my wife.
Really?
Mhm.
You're giving me a hard time about parks and you're proposing in a park.
It wasn't our first date though, or second date or third date or whatever.
What date was it?
It was 40 or 50. I don't know. It's way up there.
Max, step the park game up. Get it to a park, man. Get it to a park. Split a 4. Split a 4 for
40.
4. You can split a 40. Split a 40. Do that.
So 4 for 4, get a 40.
Get a
Go
40.
to the park.
Get a 4 down. Go to a park. Pour something out for the homies, and then y'all hang out. Get to know one another.
No, I think Max understands what the deal is. He's going to a movie. He's already figured it out.
He everybody got a different game, man. I'm just telling you.
She wanted to go to a movie. He said, "Let's do it." He didn't even know what the movie is
at all.
No idea. But he's not there to watch the movie. And we all know that.
Are you gonna take her to dinner also?
Of course.
Okay.
Where are you going to go?
I don't know yet.
Central Barbecue?
That's a good place, though.
I mean, you should go to Central Barbecue.
You're right.
It's right up the street.
We did have some of that yesterday.
I could
here.
probably help you out there. You know, I might make a call or two to see if you can
Get them the
ease
fancy
in.
restaurant.
Well, we go
Not fancy restaurant, fancy table.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I can probably get you some wings or something taken care of. You know, if you want to take that. Are you going to be in the Marion area?
No, we're coming back to Memphis.
Okay. All right. Well, are you going to be near campus? Where are you going to be? Which one? Central? Which one do you want? Central?
The one near the Lorraine Motel.
Okay. So East Butler. All right. Yeah. We can do that. We can hook it up. Central Barbecue, that's a great spot.
It is.
Because it's not, you don't have to drop a ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're cheap behind can still find somebody.
Cheap, creative, and affordable. And Central is not only a restaurant, it is an experience. We've got to be together for a while before I take you to Central for that experience.
Well, Max is going date number 2, Central. So get some wings or maybe some barbecue nachos are always fun. Split those barbecue nachos. That's a fun kind of deal. A little banana pudding for dessert. Can't go wrong with that. Slide some of those chips. And here's the move, Max. They got the barbecue chips that are homemade. And so you take the little bag and just have her slide that into a purse or bag or something.
Hey.
And you just take those into the theater.
Oh.
You're good to go right there. So I'm just giving you a little extra tip. Because now I will say, we can go to a movie on date number 2. I'm not going to do concessions. That's too much. I can't be paying $12 for a bucket of popcorn. We could bring our own. Maybe date 3, we could work on that or something. I don't need to pay $6 for Sour Patch Kids. I'm good.
Are you serious?
Unless you want to slide, we can go to Rite Aid and get some stuff and kind of put the little box in the.
That's why I don't do dinner and a movie dates until 3 or 4 months.
So you're married, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. She didn't realize
That's
that.
The honeymoon is dinner to movie.
She didn't realize that was going on. She's like, you know what I like about you? I was like, what you like about me? Like 3.5 months in.
How cheap you are?
All the dates we've been on, and you've never taken me out for dinner and a movie. I was like, yeah, because I'm creative. I care about you. I'm trying to give you an experience. In actuality, I'm like, girl, do you know? Let's say I take you to Applebee's, right? Let's say I take you there and we do the 2 for $20.
Right.
That's $40 right there.
That's another 2 for $20.
2 for $20.
You're $20. What are you talking about?
$20.
Why are you getting four for $40?
Plus drinks, plus a tip takes me to what? 30, 35ish.
Well, you're getting water, so.
Well, I mean, hey, listen.
Tip
Let's say I
20.
get
I'd say 20 for you. What do you tip?
15, 18%.
All right, so this you about $25.
25. So let's say 25, at least 25. Okay. Go to the movie. That's another 24. That's 12 a pop. 24. Now we're sitting at 49. Mm-hmm. Get concessions in the movie.
Well, as I said, you don't get concessions.
Okay, we're getting concessions in the movie. That's another what? 18.
Yeah.
So now I'm at what? 67. That may as well round up to $100. I just spent $100 on a date just to get to know you. I can't put a price on knowing you, girl.
You're
priceless.
So. You wouldn't think so, but it turns out that you can. Actually,
about $70.
It turns out she can. More importantly, not so much you. All right, so everybody, ignore that advice from CJ.
No, be creative and affordable. Folks.
Be creative,
and
yes.
Affordable.
Be affordable to an extent, sure.
All the way.
Don't go all the way with that. Or maybe if you're lucky, you can find a girl like CJ's that'll settle for you. After deciding that,
don't look for love. Look for somebody who's
don't look
broken.
that hard. Don't look that hard for love.
Look for somebody who's broken and beaten and just ready to stop. Just settle.
It's beautiful. That's what it's all about. That's love. That's love, guys. We'll take a break. We'll come back. And Max, go to Central tonight. That's all you got to do. She'll love it. It's easy. It's delicious. It's good. It's not expensive. It's a great spot. Go check it out. Right here at the one. We'll get you hooked up to the one downtown. But you got Central, you got Summer, you got East Memphis. So wherever you happen to be, for you going back over the bridge, you're right there. It's easy. Pop in. You'll love it. Check it out. It's Central Barbecue. We'll take a break. We'll come back and continue with the experience. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Sports Time with Warlow and Stats. Every weekday afternoon from 3 till 6. Right here on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Upon official review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
We deliver jerseys, funny foam fingers, and everything you need to get ready for the game. But what you really get when FedEx knocks on your door is so much more.
FedEx Delivery.
Game day spirit. What we deliver by delivering.
My wife's going to love these diamond studs.
Fine jewelry is up to 70% off at JCPenney.
Huh. Maybe I should get this mom pendant for my mom.
Do it. Mom jewelry is an extra 15% off. Major brownie points. This Mother's Day, get fine and fashion jewelry for all the moms in your life at up to 70% off. After an extra 20% off with JCPenney credit card and coupon. Shop extended hours this weekend. JCPenney. Style and value for all. Coupon valid 5/10 to 5/13. Credit offer subject to credit approval. Exclusions apply. See store jcp.com for details and store hours.
Are you looking for a high-quality, family-oriented country club experience? Then look no further than Windike Country Club. As a member, you have access to the men's and ladies and junior golf programs, the best par 3 in the Southeast, and 2 18-hole golf courses that you're going to absolutely love. Windike is also a great place for weddings and wedding receptions. Keep it in mind. For more details on how to become a member, call them today at 754-1888 or email membership@windike.com.
It's all about the fun, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Guess what? You don't have to visit the coast to enjoy fresh, delicious seafood. Check out the Ocean's Catch right here in Bartlett at Crab King's Seafood. Choose from tasty shrimp, lobster, fish, and of course, crabs, steamed or fried. For lunch, dinner, or catering, call 901-552-4057. Like them on Facebook or Instagram. Crab Kings Memphis. Download their app today at your Play Store. Crab Kings, 7140 Stage Road in Bartlett.
You'll see the dedication in every single step.
You'll see it in the smiles. When smiles are hard to get, you'll see it in the little things that add up to success. The caring and passion are the things that we love best.
Wolf Chase Limb Brace is your Mid-South provider for orthotics and prosthetics. They are an ABC accredited facility, and their practitioners are ABC certified. At Wolf Chase Limb Brace, their services include artificial limbs, legs and arms, braces of all kinds, and custom molded inserts. You can call them today at 901-507-7821 for their location on Highway 64 in between Germantown Parkway and Appling Road, or visit them at their new location in Jackson, Tennessee. That number is 731-660-5900, or visit them on the web at wolfchaselimbembrace.com.
Dedicated our life to yours. Wolf Chase Limb and Brace.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Schrader Orthopedic and Stem Cell Treatment Center, specializing in stem cell treatment for your neck, back, hips, knees, shoulders, and autoimmune diseases. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Sugar, we're going down swinging. I'll be your number one with the bullet.
Are you?
What? What happened? What I missed? Did I say a bad word?
No, you're singing. Your attempt to key that down.
Oh no, I'm killing it. I'm killing it over here.
Several
great.
And Matt, the best part was Max's
right, we're
face.
going down on the volume. No, you're right about that one.
Max's face was so funny because Max was like vibing along, and then he just like looked like somebody farted over there, and his face just all of a sudden he just got.
Speaking of somebody farted, did Paul Pierce fart
Did
on
he
Michelle
do
Beasley?
that?
He did. Michelle Beadle confirmed
Michelle
that he
Beadle
did.
made that face. It was like gross.
Yeah, she confirmed that he did.
It's been a rough week for Paul.
It's been a rough week for Paul Pierce. Absolutely terrible. So no, Max's face when you started singing was fantastic.
I missed it.
Because like
Max, make the face again. I want to see it.
It was because he's like vibing. He's like, yeah, and then what you didn't even try to go up to the
no
you
no because I remixed. I put my own little style.
Yeah, the style
You know
is
throw that little extra flavor in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's like somebody making a beautiful dinner and then dump it in the trash. That's the style. Beautiful style. Let me style this up a little bit by throwing it in the trash and then pulling it out of the trash and serving it to you. That's beautiful right there. That's the CJ remix.
Yes.
Welcome back to the program. That is CJ. I am Peter. Max on the other side of the glass. We've been giving you some dating advice since Max is going to go right there. Texter says, CJ's the cheapest guy I know. Dating is expensive for 4 drinks and dinner is easy. $75 or more if you go to Houston's. Yeah, CJ, come on. You cheap.
I'm cheap.
And Max could play cornhole at Central Barbecue on Poplar and Ridgeway, which is true. You can. They got a little cornhole, little side lawn right there, which is a fun kind of way to just get to know your girl.
I like places like that give you.
But they got to pay. Again, they don't let you just come in and play cornhole.
Okay.
You need to like buy something.
But listen.
I'll tell the people at Central Barbecue. If CJ comes by and he's playing cornhole, he has not bought anything.
But listen. Can I explain? Can I talk?
I think we know how this goes.
Date like 6. Go to Central.
Mm-hmm. Date 6?
Date 6.
Oh, my God.
Go to Central. Eat. Now, I'm eating Central all the time anyway. I'm just not taking her. But date 6, go to Central. Take her. After you eat, you can spend 45 minutes to an hour playing cornhole. Then you go and you get some dessert. And that's like...
Are you paying for this, though? By this point?
Yeah, by like date 6, 7, yeah. I'm paying for stuff.
What is she... Are you okay with her paying? If she's like, look, we're going to go to...
Yes.
No. Her going Dutch. We're going to go to a nice restaurant, but we're going to go Dutch. So, like, you still got to spend $50, but you're just spending on yourself. She's spending $50 and you're spending
I don't spend $50 on myself to eat.
I'm saying that's what she wants to go. Let's say,
no.
She says, look, let's go to, pick some nice restaurant.
I say, baby, why do you want to go to this restaurant?
When we go hang out in the park. At night. We can go hang out over in the park by these bushes at night.
Why you want to go to this nice restaurant? I don't want no distractions when I'm with you.
That's the thing about nice restaurants, CJ. There's no distractions.
Well, the food comes out and it distracts me from you.
No, she's gonna be like, no. If that were to work on anyone, that person, no, not the right person for you or anyone else. Oh, CJ.
I don't want no distractions. I don't want waiters coming over refilling anything. I just want to focus on you, girl. I want to look into your eyes in the moonlight.
It's terrible.
Over at the Harbor Town Park.
By this point, she's already left.
With a 40.
By this point, she's already left. She's already gone. She's like, why are you looking at the moon?
Because it accentuates your beauty. You're like the moon.
Seriously, by this point, she's already gone. She's left at this point. She's found somebody else. Anyway, so Max, we wish you the best of luck. I hope you took none of that advice.
Thank you.
Be sure to update us in the morning. I can't wait to hear every detail. So in the meantime, yesterday was the end. I think the end. I feel like it's probably the end. Who knows? Of the college basketball nonsense. There were 2 guilty verdicts delivered by the jury in the federal case in the New York Southern District, which means that Christian Dawkins and Moral Code, in addition to the existing sentences they had already been dealing with in the other case that had been happened on the, I think it was state level. Now the federal charges have come in. They were busted, and that is that on that. So what we had was, do you remember when this thing first came out?
Mm-hmm.
When this first happened?
Mm-hmm.
This was like, we had press conferences. We had prosecutors making a big deal of this. We had big old boards and huge visual aids about how we got your playbook.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming to get you.
Mm-hmm.
It's better if you call us because you don't want us to call you. We had a lot of tough talk 2 years ago. I mean, tough talk. You better get in here. You better get this before we get you, because if we come snatch you up, then it's going to be this. College basketball is never going to be the same. Blase, blah, all this stuff. What we got out of this, as I understand it, is conviction for Christian Dawkins on guilty of bribery and conspiracy to commit bribery. Moral Code was convicted of conspiracy to commit bribery. So on the 10 total charges that they faced, they were convicted on 3. They were found innocent on 7. So 3 charges in federal court on 2 guys that have no bearing on any major degree on anybody in college basketball. That's it. There's nothing else. What? Like,
this was supposed to be the
this was the thing. They were going to break the whole deal up.
College sports forever.
Boom. We're blowing it up. It's over. Everybody just go ahead and quit.
We got you.
You guys are all done.
Will Wade, we got you.
Oh, what? Oh, forget it.
Miller, we got you.
Will Wade. I mean, it was, Rick Pitino had left at that point. And so like, oh, okay, well, Pitino's leaving. And oh, wait a second. Now who else is going to be joining? Nobody. It turns out nobody.
We got you. We got you. What's my man's name down in Auburn?
Bruce Pearl.
Bruce Pearl. We got you. No, they didn't have anybody. They didn't have near enough. And it seemed like they did that whole press conference as a bluff almost. Like, we think we got you. Like, you come and tell us. You come to us. We got you. It's going to be easier on you if you come and tell us now than if we have to go out and prosecute and press charges on you. We got you. And they didn't have anything. It was all just a bluff, it looked like.
Once again, you have very much, in this case, these prosecutors and, the involvement of the FBI or certainly the U.S. Attorney's Office in these cases, like you felt as though there was going to be something, but much like the NCAA, and I guess this is kind of ironic, much like the NCAA, they end up just punishing the little guys and not having these stones to go after the big guys. If they really wanted to do this, they could do this. They could go after Sean Miller. You got plenty of evidence out there. If you want. You could go after Will Wade. I mean, specifically. You could go after Bill Self. You could go after John Calipari. You can go after a number of guys. If you want to take the money trail all the way up, and if you have the stones and the gumption and the wherewithal to fight that fight, you could fight it as hard as you wanted to. Would you win it? I don't know. Apparently they didn't think they could. Is that what people really want? It doesn't seem that way, because if anything, the public outcry, I think they expected when they had this press conference that people were going to go, oh my God, you're paying these players. I fainted. Get the smelling salts. My stars. I can't believe what's happening in this once beautiful environment. We are paying these. What? People know what happens in these cases. They know players are getting money. They don't care. That's it. They don't care. Mm-hmm. In fact, most people that I know of are more or less supportive to some extent. Like, okay, fine. Like, what? This has been going on forever. It will continue to go on. Lots of people are making money, just not the players. Well, okay, the players get a little bit of kickback. All right. I mean, that seems fair to me. Like, if anything, they should get more. That seems to be the prevailing opinion from everyone that I know of. So, like, what's the issue? Like, what? I think they thought there would be this outcry, and that outcry would force universities to make these big decisions for them, and it didn't happen. And Dawkins talked about coming out of the trial yesterday, and he said, "Look, I could have named a bunch of guys." He said, "I could have named a whole bunch of guys," but he said anybody who's paying players to me is a good guy. I think the whole case is BS, so I wouldn't have cooperated. His lawyer said he could have brought the whole world of college athletics to its knees, and he chose not to. He was asked repeatedly by the government to cooperate. He said, "I'm not going to give you the names of 15 to 20 coaches." And today he leaves his courthouse winning 4 of 6 counts. It's hard to imagine anybody thinking that those guys are anything other than victorious, considering the odds stacked against them.
Mm-hmm. And that is, he's right. Like, the players should be getting something. And in this case, in this particular instance, it's not a bad thing that they're getting paid. The crime. Think about what the crime is. The crime is giving somebody money while you yourself making a ton of money off of them. So the crime is paying somebody for their service, for their work, while you reap the benefits of that said work. That's not, in regular society, that's not a crime. I thought that what I was hoping for, that we take a look at college athletics, especially the money makers, and say, hey, listen, it's getting too out of hand. It's getting too out of control. Let's allow these players to make money off their likeness. That's what I was hoping for. But with this verdict, what you say, 3 out of 7?
3 out of 10.
3 out of 10, excuse me. Like, there, everybody seems to be like, okay, we're fine. This is fine. We're just going to run with this. This is how college sports is going to be. This is going to be the, quote, unwritten rule of college sports now. Like, this is officially now. It's been something we kind of tried to hide from as a society, as a collective, try not to think about. My team isn't doing it. My team is doing it the right way. Everybody else is cheating. Everybody else is breaking the rules. Well, now that rule no longer matters. We're, as a society, as a collective, we're all saying now with this verdict, the way these guys have walked off out of court, we're saying, hey, we don't mind players getting paid as under the table. As long as you don't make it a written rule, we're fine. Just pay them under the table. We'll all pretend like it's not happening. And that's the deal.
Well, that's where we're at right now. It's a massive loss from my perspective for the federal government, a massive loss for anyone who was trying to use the power of the FBI or the power of the subpoena or anything else to effect active changes. Because within the case, the evidence that's come out of these wiretaps, talking to Kristen Dawkins, and you had Will Wade basically saying, yeah, I'm paying him this, I'm doing this. So you had Sean Miller's assistants coming out and making it very clear there's plenty of evidence against Sean Miller. There's plenty of evidence against Will Wade. No one seems to care.
Mm-hmm.
No one seems to really care. And the biggest non-caring entity thus far is the NCAA. Because they have the access to this. The FBI said, here, you can have all these wiretaps. You can have all this information. Here, take it. So far, nothing. I mean, we'll see. But at this point, they don't appear to have the stomach to actually go and fight and do something about this. They don't appear to have the enforcement. That's why I say, look, prove it. Show me. What did I do? Put the case out there. Otherwise, shut up, and we're going to keep doing what we do. This has not... What change has this... Will this have caused in college athletics? I mean, I guess be more discreet. that's probably it. I mean, I don't really know what else, because nothing materially has changed. A couple of low-level guys have gone to the big house for a little while, and they didn't even get convicted on the majority of the counts that were against them in what apparently was like a massive open and shut case. Well, not the case.
NCAA steps in, and this is why they don't want to step in. Not that, they care about fairness that much when it comes to levying punishment. NCAA steps in, hammers LSU. LSU's like, yo, you got to go get Arizona. NCAA comes in, hammers Arizona. Well, Kansas is doing this too. Kansas, Duke, Louisville, Kentucky, Michigan State. You're hammering the entities that make you money. And as the NCAA, as we all know with them, they love making money. So you can't be in charge of yourself. You can't be your own, I guess, what's it called? Now the word.
Be your own boss? Be your own agent?
Be your own. In charge of investigating, holding yourself accountable.
So you were talking about self
something or another. You can't be your own self something or another, because you're not going to punish yourself. You're not going to punish those who help you make money appropriately, if at all. If this is anything worth being punished for, I don't think so. But the NCAA seems to think, hey, paying players is against the rules. We should come out and punish you. Well, are you really going to punish Kansas basketball? One of the programs that make you the most money, one of those programs that come Selection Sunday, everybody looks to see where they are. One of those programs that if it's in the Elite Eight, in the Final Four, you make so much money off eyeballs on the screen. No, that's why North Carolina was able to skate, with the fake classes. That's why a lot of these programs are able to get away with what they get away with, because they make money for the NCAA. So they aren't interested in trying to end this. What they're interested in is keeping it under the table so it doesn't get out, so we can all continue to turn a blind eye and pretend like it's not happening.
That's right. We'll take a break. We'll come back and continue here on The Experience with an interesting little bit of news involving the University of Memphis and the Grizzlies today. We'll talk about that on the other side here in the Family Leisure Studios, Real Sports Talk Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
From Penny the Tiger player.
I think it's just every hardway this and every hardway that, but we have just more than one player on the team.
Through Penny the Tiger coach.
Well, I think the main game plan is we can teach you. We're going to develop you. We're going to get you better.
For over 25 years, we have been real sports talk for Memphis in the Mid-South. Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Welcome to Sherwin-Williams. Hi there. I heard paints are 30% off. Yep, and stains too. Right here. Mm-hmm. Only at your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Right now? Well, April 25th through 29th. Bring it in. I'm a big hugger. It's cool. Ask Sherwin-Williams April 25th through 29th and save 30% on paints and stains with sale prices starting at $26.94. Only at your local Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
My wife's going to love these diamond studs.
Fine jewelry is up to 70% off at JCPenney.
Huh. Maybe I should get this mom pendant for my mom.
Do it. Mom jewelry is an extra 15% off. Major brownie points. This Mother's Day, get fine and fashion jewelry for all the moms in your life at up to 70% off. After an extra 20% off with JCPenney credit card and coupon. Shop extended hours this weekend. JCPenney. Style and value for all. Coupon valid 5/10 to 5/13. Credit offer subject to credit approval. Exclusions apply. See store jcp.com for details and store hours.
Jared has hundreds of gifts you could get mom this Mother's Day, like a tennis bracelet.
Aww.
Or a diamond necklace.
Thank you, sweetie.
But there's only one that will make her feel like this. With Jared's Diamond Price Match Guarantee, you can finally get mom the one gift she's always wanted.
Oh, I love you so much.
For you to get engaged. Shop at a Jared store today and dare to be devoted.
We promise to match any price on a loose certified diamond of the same characteristics and quality from any other jewelry retailer as validated by Jared personnel in store. See jared.com/price match for details.
Finding a good Mother's Day gift can be tricky year after year. Flowers are gorgeous, but they only last a short while. And candy has so many carbs. What in the world should you get the mothers in your life? I'm Heidi Schaefer, Chief Operating Officer of the Skin Clinics, and I have a perfect solution for you. A gift certificate to the Skin Clinics. Always the right size and color, and something for every mother, wife, sister, or beloved aunt in your life. And we have a little extra gift for you, too. Buy a $100 gift certificate and get a $10 gift certificate for for free. Buy a $50 gift certificate and get a $5 gift certificate for free to be used on any product or service at the skin clinics. The mother in your life can get what she really needs, from super effective sunscreens to cool sculpting to liquid facelifts. Mother's Day is Sunday, May 12th. Take the guesswork out of Mother's Day this year and get a gift certificate from the skin clinics at any of our locations. 901-345-SKIN, 901-345-SKIN, or visit us online at theskinclinics.com.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. This hour is brought to you by Schrader Orthopedic and Stem Cell Treatment Center, specializing in stem cell treatment for your neck, back, hips, knees, shoulders, and autoimmune diseases. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
I'm happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless.
You went like this. You pointed at me.
It's coming on. I'm happy. Feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. Yeah. Such a good song.
I was in such a good mood until you played this song. then you sang that, and I'm just mad. That's angry at this point.
Don't be
angry. Anywho. Back with you as we continue here on the Experience. Real Sports Talk, Sports 5687.7 FM. Hi, Peter Edmiston. That was CJ attempting to sing. I don't know what that
not
was.
Attempting.
But, yeah,
Singing.
that's true. Not attempting.
I
That's
was
for
singing.
Sure. I would hardly even call that an attempt. I mentioned going into the break. We had some interesting news, and I'll get to that momentarily on the Tigers and the Grizzlies. One quick one. Texter wants to know, what date does CJ's bedtime Russell Wilson voice come out?
Whenever she asks for it.
Oh, she got to ask for it?
She got to ask for it. Because I don't just throw this voice around.
How's she gonna know?
She looks at me.
How's she gonna know?
In the moonlight, in the park. Like, yeah, you want this voice. Time for y'all to go to sleep now.
Zeep?
Yeah.
Time for y'all to go to Zeep.
Time for y'all to go to sleep now.
Is she gonna ask about your credit card bills? Because if your credit card bills are keeping you up at night and not that girl that you're trying to get with, well, I got some news for you. I can help you with that. And maybe you can't afford then to go take her to a nicer restaurant because you're not worried about all those interest payments that are just killing you right now. That's where Lightstream comes in. You be smart and you can pay off your credit card balances with a credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream. It's going to save you a bunch. Could save you thousands or more. $5,000 to $100,000 loans available. There are no fees. You can even get your money as soon as the day you apply. It's from a division of SunTrust Banks. It's one of the nation's largest financial institutions. You know about SunTrust. You can have peace of mind that you know exactly who you're dealing with. You can get a fixed rate as low as 5.95 APR with AutoPay. Think about that. Think about that compared to what you are paying right now. If you have not paid that balance off, if you still got that balance sitting there, it's double digits. You're talking 15, 16 or more, depending on credit and what you're up to. You can really, really shave a bunch off of that on a monthly basis and be able to take your date to places other than various parks and free events around the city. It's all about being smart with your money. And if you want to save even more, check it out. I can get you an additional interest rate discount. All you got to do is go to lightstream.com/Peter. It's the only way you can get this great discount. Lightstream.com/Peter. That's lightstream.com/Peter. LIGHTSTREAM.com/Peter. Subject to credit approval, rate includes a 0.5% autopay discount. Terms and conditions apply, and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/Peter for more information. I'm just trying to help you out. Today. Also trying to help today, the Grizzlies and the Tigers coming together because former Tiger Jeremiah Martin is going to work out for the Grizzlies in a closed workout today. Jeremiah has he was part of the American Athletic Conference representation in that three-man, they did a little 3-on-3 event, and he did very well. Then he went to the Portsmouth Invitational Tournament, which is for seniors, and was on the all-tournament team. So he's kind of had a nice run after the season's been over and put himself in the eyes of some scouts. I don't know that Jeremiah is set to be drafted necessarily, but he's definitely a dude that could be a summer league guy. I think no doubt he's going to be a summer league guy, and then from there he could definitely be a training camp guy, and that's how a lot of guys get in. So Jeremiah's got a lot ahead of him, and I think that's really terrific. That being said, we'll see what happens today in the workout. He's going to be joined by Jalen Hudson of Florida, Vic Law of Northwestern, Yoli Childs of BYU, Jordan Murphy of Minnesota, Kevin McClain of Belmont. So it's nice when the Grizzlies give opportunities to Tigers, but in this case, I think they won't be the only ones. Jeremiah Martin has definitely made some noise.
Yeah, and Jeremiah, we saw what he was able to do the past 2 seasons with the Memphis Tigers, and his ability to score is really attractive to NBA teams. And let's see if he can score consistently at this level. Hats off to him. Hope he goes out there and kills it today.
Yeah, I think these workouts, they will be right now the Grizzlies, because at this point, because I know a lot of folks have been saying, I got tweets that are like, the Grizzlies are working out a bunch of nobodies. Well, yeah, and they'll probably continue to do that to some extent. But remember, right now, the Grizzlies, number one, don't have their pick. They don't have any pick. They could have a first-round pick. They might not. We don't know. They don't have a second-round pick at this point. So could they get one? Sure, probably. I mean, it's easy enough to find some trade that can get you a second-round pick if you absolutely really need one. But right now, as it speaks right now, if they call and they say, like, hey, you want to come work out for the Grizzlies? They're going to say, with what pick? What pick are you looking? What do you got? What's the plan? So it's not like it's a real primo destination at this point. After the lottery, you'll start to see, once they do the lottery, once they do the combine, then guys really start to work out the bigger names. They're not working out right now. Your Zions and all those guys are not doing the individual workouts yet. They'll do the measurements and all that stuff at the combine. Then they'll go and start to do whatever it is they're going to do. For Zion, he's probably going to go to the one team that gets the number one pick, and that'll be it. You'll see, Ja and those guys maybe go to 2 teams, and that's probably the extent of it. So, again, this is kind of a negotiation thing with teams. It's kind of a pain to get some of these guys in, and it's always been difficult to get guys to come to Memphis for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. You remember last year, even they had the 4 pick, only Wendell Carter came to Memphis.
Yeah.
Jaren Jackson wouldn't come. I mean, a lot of these dudes would not come to Memphis. So don't expect a big, overwhelming amount of dudes coming here, even if they end up, with one of the top picks. It's never really been that way for Memphis for whatever reason. It just hasn't. So we'll see. But hopefully Jeremiah does well. Yeah, he has the opportunity to impress today. We'll take a break. We'll come back on the other side. We will get back into what happened last night, including the fallout from a wild Rockets-Warriors game where, Warriors may have won the battle but lost the war. We'll have to kind of wait and see on that. A really strange turn of events, and exciting game, incredible game. In many regards, what's been a really good series. We'll discuss that and more as we continue here. Hour number 3 on the way on a wet, rainy, nasty Thursday. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
So you need to replace worn tires, but you know that without proper alignment, you'll be right back where you started in no time. King's Tire and Alignment in South Haven can solve that problem. For 32 years, King's Tire and Alignment has been helping Mid-South motorists keep it between the ditches. And right now, when you buy 4 tires, King's will give you a free front-end alignment. The other guys say they have low prices, but you end up paying more. Take your car to King's Tire and Alignment. They'll steer you right where you've always found them. 8945 Highway 51 North in South Haven.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar. Take it into Mississippi, The first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Wow, this is amazing.
It really is. I can't believe Sweetgrass managed to completely renovate the restaurant in just over a week.
I loved it before, but
It's even better. It feels new and like it's always been like this at the same time.
there are even more great choices on the menu. All these great small plates and tapas, things to share.
We're going to be doing a lot of that soon.
It's like Sweetgrass got everything all fresh and perfect just for us.
It's a good thing, too.
Why?
I've already booked Sweetgrass for our rehearsal dinner.
Perfect. Don't make a habit of planning wedding things without me.
Understood.
Due to an upturn in the economy, Main Street Business Loans has pre-approved the release of millions of dollars in small business funding. Your business may already be pre-approved to receive up to $250,000. We've sent out millions of pre-approval letters. We see the economy growing, and our underwriters believe now is the time to invest in your business so you can grow faster and make more money. And we're prepared to give you up to $250,000 to do it. Your funds can be available in 5 days. There are no application fees, no annual fees, just quick access to up to $250,000. If your business did not receive your approval letter to get up to $250,000, call Main Street Business Loans Approval Desk now.
800-509-2163, 800-509-2163, 800-509-2163, 800-509-2163.
Are you tired of all the clouds and bad weather? Rain brings pollutants that can wreak havoc on your car's finish, but there is someone who can help. Car Wash USA Express has introduced their most advanced car wash yet with the exclusive Polymer Pro Wash, creating a stronger, more consistent protective sealant for your car's finish. Polymer Pro can only be found at Car Wash USA Express, where attendants are always on duty to keep you and your vehicle safe. For more information and locations, visit carwashusaexpress.com. Car Wash USA Express, because a dirty car is a dirty shame.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studios, Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and WPGFLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. 6 hours brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty. My music's so loud. Swinging, they hoping that they gon' catch me riding dirty.
Trying to catch me riding dirty. Houston in the house.
Did y'all pancake down here? Pancake down.
I didn't.
Okay.
But I mean, Max maybe. Max, did you do that?
Do what?
Pancake?
Pancake.
No.
Okay.
No. I've never seen that before.
Oh, okay.
Might be in that movie you go to tonight.
It might be.
Open your eyes. Lots of different things. Back with you, hour number 3 of the program here in the Family Leisure Studios. This is the experience. It's rainy and wet. Going to be rainy and wet not only today, but tonight, potentially. And, of course, tomorrow and the next day. And, so that's just how it's going to be. Listen, guys, I don't make the weather. I don't like it any more than you do. But that's just where we're at right now. So we just have to accept that, roll with it, do the best we can. Okay?
I personally blame you for this mess.
Okay?
It's your fault.
Phone lines are, in fact, open right now at 360-8255. If you'd like to get in, you can. 360-8255. 901-360-8255. You can also text in, and the text lines have been blowing up today. 67129. 67129. That is how you get in touch with us. As we've talked a bunch of, all kinds of different things on the show this morning. Last night, it is the end, maybe, of Kyrie Irving as a Boston Celtic and the beginning of whatever his new thing will be. It certainly doesn't look all that likely that he comes back to Boston at this point. The Celtics got shellacked by the Bucks to close out that series. The Bucks await the winner of tonight's Sixers-Raptors Game 6. If it's the Raptors, and if it's the Sixers, well, we'll go to Game 7. But the winner of that series will play the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Warriors knocked off the Rockets 104-99, but Kevin Durant suffering a calf strain. That's his third calf strain of his career. First two were not especially serious. He was out for a week or so, but this one appeared to be a little more serious. People thought during the game that it was an Achilles tear. In fact, Steve Kerr after the game said he thought that too, but it was not. It was thankfully for them a calf strain, but it will probably keep him out for the rest of the series at least. And so now the Warriors without Kevin Durant have got to dial back the clock, find a way to replace the guy who's been their best player in this postseason. Klay Thompson really stepped up last night. Steph Curry had an awful third quarter, but a brilliant fourth. And he's been a little up and down in this postseason, but he was huge when he had to be. And James Harden and the Rockets just could not get over the hump late in this game. Very emotional, very big. Had a Draymond with 5 fouls, picked up a charge, which frankly I thought was going to be a 6th foul. It was a very college-esque charge call. And then afterwards, he got so excited that he kneed Chris Paul in the head or something, got a tech, then went down and hit a 3, and he was just feeling it. He was feeling every bit of it. It was wild, man. It was a wild game last night.
Yeah, and it was the game that the Rockets needed to steal. It was set up perfectly for them to steal that one and sneak that one out, because the way this is setting up, they're going to have to win at Oracle at some point.
Yeah. Now they got to win Game 7.
That's just how. That's the best 7 series. That's how it works. If you're not the team with home court, you got to steal one on the road. And they had that chance. Kevin Durant goes out, and Kevin Durant goes out in the third quarter, and it's a relatively close game when he goes out. From when Kevin Durant goes out to the end of the game, Chris Paul has 3 points. The final 7 minutes of the game, James Harden takes 1 shot. You can't do that. You can't be that way. You two are the two that's supposed to carry this team to victory, carry them to a Western Conference appearance. And with the Warriors' best player, or the most used player on the Warriors team, offensively speaking, out, you can't find a way to get it done? Come on, man. You got to be better than that. That's something that the Warriors have always taken advantage of. It's not enough to simply have the best player out of the series, because you can still go out there and lose. That's what the Rockets did. You have to go out there and take full advantage of the team minus their best weapon. And the Rockets didn't do that this game.
They had their chance, and it was close. And this was a game. Eric Gordon was really big for the Rockets down the stretch. They got good minutes from Iman Shumpert in this game, but they just could not get that 1 or 2 basket run that they needed to. The Warriors kept holding them off, and in the end they did it. And Steph Curry had 12 points in the fourth quarter, which was huge. Klay Thompson hit a couple of big shots. That 3 that Draymond hit was huge down the stretch. He was playing on the edge. I mean, Draymond, again, that could have been his 6th foul. Probably should have been his 6th foul, and that would have changed the whole course of the game. I mean, they're very thin, the Warriors, especially without Durant now. They're going to be extremely thin. Kevon Looney was amazing in this game, getting rebounds and being really, really important. You talked earlier about the plus-minus, showed that Kevon Looney had been probably their best player, weirdly enough, or at least the most effective player when he's been out there. He's really changed the way they play. But he wasn't that great in games 3 and 4, and so he needed to step up, and he was huge and had a big game. Now, my question for you, CJ, is without Durant, do the Warriors go back to kind of the old vibe, or is Durant been such a key part of what they do, a key part of being able to give them this chance to score in multiple ways, to bail them out of some bad possessions? Can they win now without him?
Yes, and I think that what he gives them, bailing them out of bad possessions, I don't think we'll see as many bad possessions because of the way they're going to change how they play. Instead of being an ISO type situation where you make an attempt to score and then you look up, you miss, but it's like 5 seconds, 6 seconds left on the shot clock. You have to swing the ball and get it in Kevin Durant's hand quickly, and he's able to make that shot. Instead of seeing something like that happen, we're going to see a lot more ball movement, player movement, everybody touching the ball. Steph Curry getting more active, Klay Thompson being more active offensively speaking, and then see that translate for Klay specifically over onto the defensive end. It's Klay Thompson making shots is one of the best defensive players in the NBA. And it's crazy to think, because you say, well, what does offense have to do with defense? That confidence, that energy, that excitement that he gets making shots, seeing balls go into the basket lends itself to him being more engaged defensively. I think this is, and it's crazy to say with how good Kevin Durant has been, think this is a good thing for the Warriors getting to play without Durant.
I don't know. I got to think about that. I don't know. I don't know that is the case. We'll find out. I think the Warriors have. I think in theory, if they had a season to prepare without Durant, sure. I think if they had a little more depth, sure. But they don't. And so, taking him out of the lineup and just those minutes alone mean that you have to really rely on a whole bunch of dudes that you got more minutes for Alfonso McKinney, potentially. I mean, that's not ideal. You really need Sean Livingston to step up and be huge when he comes in for these minutes. And no one can have a bad game. You have no real margin for error with Iguodala and Clay and those guys. They all have to be good. Steph certainly has to be great. So, that said, is it better? I don't think so. I don't think at this point. I think it's he's so entrenched in what they do now, and they've gotten so used to. Like last night they looked in stretches. You could tell. I mean, when they turn it on, you have no chance. I mean, they whip out a 17-0 run like it's nothing. I mean, in 3 minutes, they score 17 points on you. And then when they're flying around in transition, when they're flying around defensively, when on offense, when they move without the ball, you have no chance. I mean, if Clay is moving to get open for those shots, if Durant is able to orchestrate, at the top, if you got Steph who's doing his thing, Draymond, up top, kind of setting screens and moving and looking for those screens to be set against, you can't deal with that. But they just haven't shown that enough. And I'm not sure they can just all of a sudden turn it on to play in that old fashion without Durant having done it this way for so long. I don't know. Maybe they can, but that will be the challenge for them.
Yeah, and I am a believer in this group of Warriors because they have done it before and they have turned it. They have played this way before for a long time before Kevin Durant got there. So pre-Kevin Durant, it was 3-4 seasons of them playing together with one another with this core, the core being Draymond, Steph, Thompson, Iggy, Livingston. Like that group has been there from the first championship, and all the other pieces have kind of come and went. And so I believe that it's muscle memory for them. It's like riding a bike. Once you learn it, you got it. You're good to go. And so for them, I'm believing that they can just go back to playing that way because they've done it for so long, or they did it for so long pre-Durant that now he's out. It's just like riding a bike for him.
We'll see. We'll see. I look forward to finding out what that looks like because I'd love for Houston to go to win Game 6. Let's get that Game 7 back in Oracle. Could be the last game in Oracle Arena if they lose. It's been a very hard fought, extremely competitive series. I don't know if anyone can beat the Warriors, but this Rockets team has their method is working. It's as close as anyone has been able to get on a consistent basis. They need a little more from James Harden.
How much of their struggles?
A little more.
How much of Harden struggles from three and the team struggles from three? About 30% last night from that range. How much of that is them just missing shots versus what the Warriors are able to do to you defensively? Because we forget, lost in all their ability to get on those runs and make all these shots, that they're really good defensively.
No, I mean, again, a lot of you have to look at the quality of the shots they're getting. They get decent looks, and again, we talked about James Harden's isolation. He isolates more than anybody else in basketball by a mile. It's not even close, but he's also extremely efficient in doing so, and he was very efficient again last night. He played 45 minutes of the 48, and they had a 149.5 offensive rating. When he's in the game, that's extremely good. He gets just very slow paced game because of the way that they played. So Harden was okay. The problem is you just got to have a little bit more. It's hard to say that for a guy that had 31 points on 10 of 16 shooting, but 16 shots is not enough for James Harden. Gordon had 14, Paul had 14, Capella had 10. That doesn't need to be a balance. That needs to be 20 some odd for James Harden. And if he misses a few more threes, so be it. But it's a high variance solution. We call high variance, meaning, you have outcomes that could be wildly different. The Rockets could be extremely hot and score 150 points, or they could be extremely cold and score 80. there's a lot of variance in what they do. But that's really the best way to beat the Warriors. The only way to beat the Warriors. You have no other. You can't. It's hard to beat them just straight up. They're so good offensively. It's very difficult to contain them long enough to be able to win games straight up. You gotta take some risks, and that's why they took 41 threes. Yeah, they made 12. I mean, that's going to be their game. You have to. You got to live with that, and it's real simple stuff. But like Chris Paul can't go 0 for 6 from 3. Austin Rivers can't go 0 for 4.
Yeah, that's not good.
You can't get those guys have got to give you a little something. If they just give you just a little something, you're okay. But Austin Rivers was putrid last night.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolute trash, and he's been pretty good. So when he's garbage, those minutes kill you. They just do. So I don't know, man. It's hard. It's hard because you have to be so good to beat this Warriors team. Maybe that margin for error diminishes now with Durant's injury. Maybe you have a little more of an opportunity, but they are not easy to beat. I don't care what their chemistry is. I don't care what they have. So much talent that can bail them out of any possession that you got to be perfect.
Any possession, any circumstance, anything you throw at them, there's so much out there that they can adjust and adapt to handling that lends itself to them winning games. And James Harden, to your point on the 16 shots, I did not realize he only took 16. Like that, it can't be
that's
that.
Not enough. Yeah.
That's not what it can be if you expect to win. To your point, Peter, you're right. James Harden has to be a mega superstar, and mega superstars don't just take 16 shots. You can't shy away from moments like he's done in the past against this Warriors team. You can't not shoot the basketball. He's got to go out there. One shot in the final 7 minutes and a 5-point loss. That's not it, man. He's got to force the issue and take those shots because, like you said, he's the best chance they got. He's offensively the best player on the court most of the time, and he's got to go out there and get buckets. Otherwise, this team isn't going to get past the Warriors.
We'll see. On the other side tonight, massive Game 6. Will Joel Embiid be healthy?
I'm gonna say no.
Has he got upper respiratory issues? Has he got lower respiratory issues? Has he got medium respiratory issues?
I don't know what the issues are, but he's got all type of bowel
issues
and respiratory issues.
Has he got the old runs? Has he got the old
get that man some Pedialyte.
He's got. I mean, what is happening?
And some what's the vitamin C joint? Vite C. Is that what it is? A little powder.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. You get some of that.
Get some of that and get it in his body.
Get zinc.
Zinc, yes.
We need some zinc. Some zinc for sure. And a texter pointed out, and this is something we've talked about before. There's a good piece on 538 about Marc Gasol defending Joel Embiid, and we talked about that before the series. Like, Marc's always had a good feel for Joel Embiid's game. Embiid has always struggled against Marc for whatever reason, and they have a nice little chart that explains exactly how much more dominant Marc is than the average defender on Joel Embiid. It's not even close. He's far and away the best defender of Joel Embiid. And you've seen Nick Nurse kind of pair Marc Gasol's minutes with Joel Embiid's, which makes sense. That's what you want. And Embiid has not really, other than Game 3 he went off, but it's been a struggle for him for a lot of reasons, health wise and everything else. I think we'll see that continue to be the case. That's one of the reasons why the Raptors went out and got Marc Gasol in the first place. That was one of the literally his defense against Joel Embiid is one of the reasons why they felt like he was that, quote unquote missing piece, why they were willing to sacrifice a lot of their bench depth, which has been a problem for them in this postseason. Not having the guys like DeLon Wright and CJ Miles and Jonas Valanciunas. They don't have those guys now. So their bench is taking a hit, but they felt like it was worth it to get Marc and his ability to defend Joel Embiid, and he's done exactly what he was asked to do in that. And Embiid, there's a tremendous amount of pressure on him and a tremendous amount of pressure on Ben Simmons because that Philly crowd is amazing, but when you start to suck, they will let you know about it, and it will not be a very friendly and warm and fuzzy kind of supportive crowd. It will be a boo, boo, go home, you bum, etc. situation if you don't get it together.
Emergency is what it is.
Emergency.
So give Embiid the emergency and get it out there and hoop. Yeah, that Philly crowd will turn on you relatively quickly, and we are now paying attention to what Ben Simmons is doing. He's had 5 games. Like, okay, was Ben Simmons out there? I don't know. I can't remember one Ben Simmons highlight from any other 5 games. So, or 6 games. No, 5. How many games? 6? Whatever. However many games there have been in this series.
There have been 5.
5.
This will be 6.
This is the 6th one. Yeah, that's what I said the first time.
Correct.
So, he's got to step up and give Jimmy Butler, somebody's got to give Jimmy Butler some type of help. It's not just that, with the exception of one game, Embiid has been bad or that Simmons has been bad, but they've all been so subpar. And if Jimmy Butler doesn't get any help, he's not that type of offensive weapon where he can put a team on his back and get you 50, 60 points. Like, he's not that. So if they're not going to go out there and contribute something more than having more turnovers than baskets made and assists, if they're not going to go out there and give you that, like, they're not going to get out of this series.
Well, and again, I mean, Jimmy Butler has asked for Ben Simmons to be aggressive, and he's got to be, because if he's not aggressive and driving to the basket, he can't shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the value? What are you bringing to the table? Defense is fine, but you got to give something else. You got to be more aggressive. And if he can't do that, and we've talked about the difficulty that he has in shifting up to higher levels of opposition. Well, if you can't do that, then are you really a max player? Are you really that guy? Are you that dude that everyone thinks you are? This, to me, is a huge game for him. A put up or shut up, like, show me what kind of guy you are kind of game. The pressure, to me, is all on them, because we know what kind of dude Kawhi is.
Yeah.
Kawhi is a made man. There's no doubt what Kawhi brings to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Every night, no problem. Did you see the shirt he had on?
No, what is that?
It said fun guy. Just that fun guy, period. Black shirt, white, right, fun guy.
That's so Kawhi.
That's Kawhi. So you know exactly who he is. There's never a doubt what he's going to do, what he is, what he's going to bring to the table. But Simmons? Embiid? Tobias Harris? I think a lot of questions on that side of the ledger.
Yeah.
And even Kyle Lowry's not been consistently good this series, but even when he doesn't produce points-wise, it's interesting. He always seems to have a very positive plus-minus. All of his advanced stats, all that stuff are all very good. Good things happen when he's on the court. He's a really good defensive player, makes those smart moves. So, even he doesn't really have the same level of stuff, I think, to prove, as we've seen from, the guys on the Sixers side. Jimmy Butler's, I mean, he's got to perform too. A lot of questions over there. Brett Brown, man, everyone's like, want to get rid of Brett Brown. And to the extent that he can control anything, he needs to start controlling stuff.
16 fouls in the first half, 14 made field goals for the 76ers the last game. Listen, if that's how you're going to play, man, just pack it up and go home. Pack it up and go home. Everybody's playing poorly for them. Well, at least in that last game, everybody played poorly for them. And Ben Simmons is the star, so we're told. He's the one with that. He and Embiid are the ones with that superstar DNA in them. And superstars don't go out like this. Superstars at home, take care of business, pit up 25, 26 points, get 8 or 9 rebounds, get a couple assists and a couple of blocks in there. So this is when superstars come up and make plays, step up to the plate. And let's see what you got. I know it's only Simmons' second year in. Embiid is still relatively young in his career. But, like, this is the moment. This is where we find out if you are worth all that money. And if you fail in this moment, you're not worth all that money, man. We need to try and get somebody in here who is.
Let's take some break. Come back. Lots more to get to as we continue on the experience. We'll delve into the other questions that emerged from last night, including what the future will hold. And we'll answer a few more questions as well on the other side as we continue here on the experience. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 middays, delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
If you've always thought, hey, I'd look pretty good in Lexus, well, guess what? Lexus thinks so too. Lexus is offering you the Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Great offers on all 2019 models and special lease options. Drive in luxury and confidence, knowing that every new Lexus comes with complimentary first and second maintenance services. Stop by Lexus of Memphis, 2600 Ridgeway, and put yourself in the driver's seat of an all-new 2019 flagship LS500. Hey, you look pretty good there. Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event at Lexus of Memphis. Experience amazing.
We deliver tickets, team merchandise, and everything you need to get ready for the game. But what you really get when FedEx knocks on your door is so much more.
FedEx Delivery.
Game day spirit. What we deliver by delivering.
Finding a good Mother's Day gift can be tricky year after year. Flowers are gorgeous, but they only last a short while. And candy has so many carbs. What in the world should you get the mothers in your life? I'm Heidi Schaefer, Chief Operating Officer of the Skin Clinics, and I have a perfect solution for you. A gift certificate to the Skin Clinics. Always the right size and color, and something for every mother, wife, sister, or beloved aunt in your life. And we have a little extra gift for you, too. Buy a $100 gift certificate and get a $10 gift certificate for free. Buy a $50 gift certificate and get a $5 gift certificate for free to be used on any product or service at the Skin Clinics. The mother in your life can get what she really needs, from super effective sunscreens to cool sculpting to liquid facelifts. Mother's Day is Sunday, May 12th. Take the guesswork out of Mother's Day this year and get a gift certificate from the Skin Clinics at any of our locations. 901-345-SKIN, 901-345-SKIN, or visit us online at theskinclinics.com.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Don't know how you met me, you don't know why you can't turn around and say goodbye. All you know is when I'm with you, I make you free and swim through your veins like a fish in the sea. I'm singing, follow me.
Swimming through your veins like a fish in the sea. Back with you as we continue here. Not literally, I assume. I saw that movie, Inner Space. Very, very good movie. We're back at the Family Leisure Studios. Thank you for not singing, CJ. We appreciate that.
Oh, if I knew the words, I'd sing.
Well, I'm glad you don't. Thanks for not knowing the words. Whatever excuse, whatever it takes. Thank you.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. Let's make sure we only do songs that CJ does not know the words to. Here in the Family Leisure Studios. A reminder also, this hour brought to you by Acura of Memphis. They bring it to you every day. And on a rainy day like this, go take a test drive, because that's the best way to tell the difference between driving in that car with that awesome super handling all-wheel drive like you get on those brand new Acuras, and whatever your car is right now. Because when you're driving in inclement weather, when you're driving it's rainy and slick and all that stuff, you can feel the difference. You can experience the difference for yourself, rather than me just telling you about it and saying, okay, well, it moves torque around, make sure that you don't, lose traction. Okay, that all sounds fine. But like when you're in the car, you can feel it for yourself. And when you're driving around like this, what better time than when it's like this? People don't necessarily think about going and taking a test drive when it's rainy outside. Oh, it's sunny. I'm going to go look for a car. Oh, it's rainy. I'm not going to. No, this is the time to do it. Plus, they got covered parking over there. They got everything. You can. It will be worth your time. Check it out. You're going to love it. Acura of Memphis. Get that brand new RDX, MDX, ILX, TLX. They're all there for you. RLX is wonderful. Wonderful. You're going to love it. If you haven't checked it out, please do. Now's the time. Over at Acura of Memphis. Online, AcuraMemphis.com. See them at 385 and Ridgeway. You cannot miss it. They got fabulous facility over there at Acura of Memphis. 360-8255 is the number. And Keith has dialed up. He has answered our calls for he said open line. Have at it. So Keith has done it. Good morning, Keith. How are you?
What up, Keith?
No, I can't be talking to you. The phone line's bad. I can't.
Keith, I agree. We fixed it. It's there.
Just for you.
Just for you, my friend.
Okay, Peter. I got a question. I'll hang up and listen. All right, so
you're gonna hang up already? Don't hang you already on. Don't hang up yet.
Oh, I won't hang up yet. No. All right, so Jordan Bone and Grant Williams. I guess they both have agents, right? With UT
yes.
basketball.
It would appear so. Yes.
All right, so I wanted to ask you what you think the chances of either one of them or both going pro, and I wanted to and tell you I'm looking forward to the game this year in Knoxville. I understand it's December the 14th between the Tigers and UT, and but I really want to get your thoughts on what you thought about Grant Williams and Jordan Bone, and I'll hang up and let you.
Keith, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Well, okay, so Grant Williams, I think, is certainly a first-round pick, and probably I think when it's all said and done, you have to kind of wait and see what happens with the combine and the workouts and stuff like that. But in terms of how he played and what he can do, he's tremendous, and that's why I think he'll go higher than some people think. His athleticism, all that stuff's doesn't jump off the page, but he is an incredibly smart player who can play. I think do a lot of the things that NBA teams are going to want that third big to do. He can score in a number of different ways. He's developed that shot, but he's also can play very well with his back to the basket. He's a smart player, smart defensive player on top of that. Definitely got that intangible leadership quality that you'd like to see from those guys. So I think he'll be I think he should be a late lottery pick, honestly, in terms of his skill level, but I don't think he'll go that high, but I think he's a middle first-round pick. As far as Jordan Bone goes, I was surprised. I think it just sounds to me like Jordan Bone's ready to kind of move on and just just try something else. Because I don't see him anywhere near, certainly not the first round, and I can't envision him being drafted, really. I mean, you certainly late in the second, and anything could happen. That no problem. But I can't envision him getting onto a draft board. He's so wildly inconsistent. He was really good. When he was really good, he was really, really good. And he was a big part of what Tennessee did this year. Make no mistake about it. I don't know what he does that's particularly outstanding at the next level. And so I just don't see him as a prospect that's going to get a whole lot of attention. So I was surprised to see that he was so categorical about his decision to leave and to go sign with an agent apparently. And I was a little bit surprised to see that. But yeah, he's not a bad player at all. But I don't see him as a major prospect.
Yeah, and it's sometimes these decisions amount to more than just basketball, right? Sometimes it's not, hey, am I good enough to get drafted? No, okay, I'm going to come back to school then. Sometimes it is, I'm ready to go. I'm just ready to go, ready to get this grown-up thing started, ready to make a little bit of money, ready to be a professional, be it over here or overseas, wherever. I'm ready. I'm worn out on the college thing, so let me go ahead and leave, and that's fine. That's off to him.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, I think he's going to have to impress in the workout process. He's going to have to impress with in all the pre-draft stuff, because right now, as it looks like, he's not really on most boards in any major ways. So just FYI, I don't know. But Grant Williams, I think Williams is, it depends on the various mocks that have him. Like he's all over the place. But remember what I told you months ago, and I don't know if we were doing the show yet or not, CJ. We talked about this, but I said, and I will stick by this. I think this draft is going to be so difficult. Outside of Zion, obviously one, Ja and RJ Barrett 2 and 3 in some order, either or. Outside of that, there are tremendous differences in opinion based on who you talk to and what teams value or what organizations think is important. There are certain guys that are going to be very highly regarded. Like some people love, like Brandon Clark, could be as high as 7 or 8 on people's draft boards, maybe even a little higher. Some guys may not have him top 15. Grant Williams could be a late lottery pick in some people's mind, or he could be a second rounder in other people's minds. Bol. I don't know. Guy's 7'2" and can shoot, and there are times on offense he looks a little bit like a 7'2" Kevin Durant. And then there's times when he looks like he's, 110 pounds and falls over and he's made of, paper mache.
Mm-hmm.
So some teams probably like him a lot. Some teams probably hate him. He's probably off their board completely. I don't know. With this, we'll find out in the next month or so. But man, I think we are in for a lot of maneuvering and shifting, and a lot of teams really having to trust their own evaluations of these guys.
That's big. And that's why having a defined and distinct culture, this is where it can come. This is one of the many places where it comes in and helps you. It is, hey, this is what we're about. This is what we do. Who's going to come in and fit and be able to grow in the environment that we've already cultivated and fostered here? Who's going to come in and not only help us win or help us get back to winning or help us continue to win, but who's going to come in and grow into something that we may be able to use down the line, be it on the court as a player, somebody who's given us something tangible, or off the court as far as a trade piece. Who's going to come in and do that? And if you're a franchise with the culture, great. You've already got it. If you're one trying to establish a culture, it gets more difficult because now you got to figure out, okay, what are we going to be? How are we going to do this? Are we going to be more analytics driven? We are? Great. Are we going to be, we're going to try and run up and down the court? Cool. Well, who's going to help us do that? And you're guessing more. You're doing more of a guessing game as opposed to just finding a fit. And that is where NBA teams really struggle, and why sometimes it's not just enough to have good picks, right? Look at how long it's taking Sacramento to get back to relevancy. Look at what's going on right now in New York and in Phoenix. These are franchises who have had lots and lots and lots of good picks here recently, but they haven't panned out because culturally they don't know what they're doing. And it doesn't lend itself, when you don't know what you're doing, it doesn't lend itself to you bringing in young talent and having that talent grow and reach maximum potential. And so you go back to being bad again and getting another good pick that will probably be wasted because you don't have the things in place to cultivate and foster a winning attitude and growth amongst young players.
Well, I mean, this is, if you want to know what the Spurs have done and why the Spurs have continued to continue to find guys that were not highly regarded, late first round picks, second round picks, all that. I mean, that's what it is. You have to identify as a team what it is that you value, and then go and look for prospects who meet those qualifications, rather than finding prospects you like and then shaping your team's culture around them. That isn't going to work. I mean, whoever is at one will take Zion. Yes, no doubt. That's not an issue there. But that's really more relevant when it comes down to outside of the lottery or outside of the top guys in the draft. You got to figure out, are you the kind of team that is willing to be patient with guys and that you feel very confident in your player development staff so that you can take a guy who may take a couple years and you're not going to rush him and you're not going to be impatient and you're going to go ahead and finish that job. Because, you can stunt a guy's growth. I use the example of Rodney Hood. People talk about Rodney Hood as like this great. I mean, everyone around here loves Rodney Hood for some reason because the Grizzlies could have taken him and didn't, and Dave Yeager got all mad about it, and they took Jordan Adams instead and wouldn't play Jordan Adams very often. Well, that didn't help his development. Now, he had knee issues and everything else. That certainly didn't help either. But if you look at their first, I did this at the time, so this is the only reason I know this because I was doing it at that moment. The first 250 minutes of their careers, Rodney Hood was terrible. I mean, terrible. But that's very early. And Jordan Adams was really good. But the Grizzlies didn't build on that. They didn't find minutes for Jordan Adams. They didn't find ways to continue that development. Remember, we talked about player development earlier in the show. Not only are you working with player development coaches, but then that has to translate into something on the court eventually. Eventually, you're going to have to, whether that's at the G League level perhaps or at the NBA level, you're going to have to keep growing, keep that process moving. And for the Grizzlies, they didn't keep it moving, and they've never really kept it moving with very many guys at all. And that's why they've struggled with that. The Jazz were patient with Rodney Hood. They didn't immediately thrust him into the lineup and then take him right back out when he sucked. Well, I mean, like, you're a rookie. Chances are you're not going to be very good.
Right.
But you got to let them earn, let them work through all that stuff. And then get better at it. So, yeah, I don't know, man. To me, that's a culture thing within your team and within your organization. You have to look for that, and you have to go find guys that did meet that. If you do that, then you'll more often than not find success later in the draft.
Yeah, and in this year's draft, because like you said, it is Zion way up here, and then you got Ja, you got RJ, and it's a bunch of guys where like he could be good. We're not sure. I think he's going to be great. There's a lot more uncertainty from 4 to 30, 32, 35 even than there's been in years past. And so this is where you really got to be good at evaluating, like you said, and you've got to know what your culture is, so you don't go out there and get a guy who you think might be good but won't fit and grow in your culture. Like that is from 4 to like 30 something. That is what it is this year.
But again, it's like, what is your culture? Yeah, that's the hardest part to me. For the Spurs, it's easy because they've got the same coach, same staff, same people, different assistants, whatever, but the same thrust of how they want to do things for 2 decades.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what that is. You can find guys in your pre-draft interviews and throughout that fit those particular criteria, and that's it.
Yeah.
If they work, they work. If they don't, okay, well, at least we knew what we were looking for. What is the Grizzlies' culture? Like, what is that? What are those things that they are looking for? What are those things that can turn a decent prospect into a really good one consistently? I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there have been some guys that have been okay in second round and they've gotten a little bit out of it. But have they developed them further in their careers? Have they gone on? Have they, Ivan Rabb's okay? He's sort of plateaued. Dylan Brooks okay. Let's see what's people have been very high on him. I don't know that he's got tons and tons of potential, but that's all fine. Where's the next step though? How do you take those guys and integrate them into a winning culture?
Yes.
The Grizzlies have not done that very well, and they especially in the first round, they've really struggled to do that.
I mean, Culver, is he a player who culturally fits what the Grizzlies want to do? What the Grizzlies?
I don't know, because I don't know what they want to do.
Like
I don't know. That's the thing, and no one knows. Do they even know? I mean, and now you've got a new front office regime making those calls. So what do they want? It's probably different than what would have been wanted a year ago. I don't know. Again, all you can do now is wait and see, what the lottery turns up in terms of your draft position, and then from there, do you want to try to go get a second round pick? Do you want to try? You've wasted your second round pick in this Justin Holiday trade. It would have been a pretty good second round pick, as it turns out.
Yeah.
Now you've wasted that, so you got to go find something else if you want to get one of these dudes. But at this point now, it's about finding that culture and making it work going forward. Let's take a break. We'll come back and wrap up this edition of The Experience on a rainy Thursday. By the way, those of you that are out there on the roads and you're out and about, and this is especially for my guy Max, who likes to travel over the bridge. You've got some issues on the 55 bridge. So if you are using 55 to cross the river, 55 southbound is delayed due to an accident that's just over on the Tennessee side of the river. So if you are in Arkansas and you're trying to get in, I would suggest that you go ahead and use 40 rather than 55 because there's quite a backup and quite a lot of traffic. So a little heads up for those of you. Good looking out for my people in East Arkansas, my Marion and West Memphis folks.
55, that's a scary bridge?
Neither one is particularly scary to me, but
that's the older bridge.
Yeah, the older bridge.
That's a scary bridge. Okay.
Why is that scary?
It's so narrow. It scares me. I don't like going over.
It's not that narrow.
Man, too narrow for my comfort.
We got to get you some other bridges.
Yes.
You'll really be scared on some of these. We'll take a break. We'll come back and wrap it up on the other side. This is the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt and Max Vincent right here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Where Memphis comes for real sports talk. Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
You'll see the dedication in every single step. You'll see it in the smiles when smiles are hard to get. You'll see it in the little things that add up to success. The caring and passion are the things that we love best.
Wolf Chase Limb Embrace is your Mid-South provider for orthotics and prosthetics. They are an ABC accredited facility, and their practitioners are ABC certified. At Wolf Chase Limb Embrace, their services include artificial limbs, legs and arms, braces of all kinds, and custom molded inserts. You can call them today at 901-507-7821 for their location on Highway 64 in between Germantown Parkway and Appling Road, or visit them at their new location in Jackson, Tennessee. That number is 731-660-5900, or visit them on the web at wolfchaselimbembrace.com.
Dedicated our life to yours. With Chase Limb and Grace.
It's happened again. Miramichi, that heaven in Woodstock, 15 miles north of downtown Memphis. Miramichi has been made the #1 public golf course in the state of Tennessee. 15 minutes from downtown, all this natural beauty, this very tough test of golf is there for you, and it's #1 again. They've improved again, too. They've made changes. They always do. They want you to have the best golfing experience you could possibly have, and they keep on making these adjustments. They've knocked down some trees. They made it easier. They have better conditions with grass. The greens, outstanding. And once again, they are #1. I also should tell you they've got new golf carts, and they've got these cool little things where you hook up your phone, it'll charge, and at the same time, you've got GPS on your phone. All kinds of innovation and a world-class golfing experience at Miramichi in Woodstock.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
This is on my jam. You always talk about your jams. This is on my jams list.
Is it?
Yeah. Love this whole album, really. But I listen to this.
Wait, whoa.
Uh-huh.
Warn me before you do that.
That's what it sounds like. I don't know. I can't change that.
Song. It's a good song.
It's a great song. Texas says CJ should go across the Helena Bridge. Yeah, man, you should. There's definitely some bridges around this area that are much, much tighter and much more thrill packed for you than.
Wait, where's the Helena Bridge? So I know not to go that way.
Where's Helena?
Is that in Montana?
Max, tell them where Helena is.
It's about Helena, Arkansas?
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know there was a Helena in Arkansas.
Where did you think it was?
Well, the Helena, Montana, yeah, but the Helena, Arkansas.
Okay.
We're talking about you think somebody's going to text in?
I'm
at
sure we got listeners in
our
Montana.
listeners talk about some Montana bridge.
We shouted out.
What are you
zip
talking
codes.
about?
We shouted out zip codes maybe a month ago, and there was some Montana zip codes in there. I didn't know. We're international, baby.
The Helena Bridge goes across the Mississippi, down a little further south, Mississippi, between Arkansas and Mississippi.
Okay.
Lula or one of those areas right there. I think you go between Helena and Lula. That's a lot. Yeah, it's a little more. You wouldn't like that. You wouldn't like that one either.
Oh no. I haven't even seen the full picture yet.
Yeah,
no, the Mississippi is littered with these little ass bridges. No. Way too scary.
That's right.
Semi-truck going one way, semi-truck behind you, semi-truck in front of you. No.
Just fine. No. Just drive, man. Just drive. Just relax.
No, I'd pull over, hit reverse, and hit a U-turn.
Just relax, man.
No.
For those that did not hear, Jeremiah Martin is working out for the Grizzlies this morning, and we'll see how that goes. They've had a couple of closed door sessions. The doors are closed. CJ's asked whether he could get in. He cannot. The door is closed and locked, so you may not get in there. No matter how much you knock, they're not going to open it for you. They might open it to peek out and see who's out there, and then they see it's you, and they'll just shut it right back.
Get out of here.
So you're not going to get a chance to get in there.
I'm trying to figure out how to get in without knocking.
You can, because again, they've got fingerprint technology there. Your fingerprint is not part of the gig, so you don't get it.
Yeah, I know a guy who knows a girl who might make that work.
Yeah, you can't. No, because you'd have to get somebody's finger, and then I don't think you need to do that. So I think that's a bad
I can get
situation.
the finger off like a Coke can.
What you got to get the print and then find some technology to create a wax or some kind of an impression that print then can be used to create. This is not.
Have you not seen
CSI.
Ocean's 8? Like that's exactly what they did in Ocean's 8.
This is not Ocean's 8. I saw Ghostbusters too, but I'm not going out there and getting a proton pack and using the, I mean, you have as much chance of busting ghosts as you do of whatever it is you're trying to do.
Just watch some workouts.
Ain't gonna happen. Just to watch a workout with a bunch of guys that they're not going to be drafted.
A bunch of rookie free agent workouts.
But Jeremiah Martin is. And listen, Jeremiah Martin, would it be shocking to see that him follow the same lead as Markel Crawford did yet last year and end up signing a deal with the Hustle and kind of, Markel Crawford had a good summer league. He had a good season really in the G League. He's improved a lot and he's not a bad player. He's turned himself into a very viable G League type guy who could potentially, if everything goes right and he has some kind of a burst, could get on the fringes of the NBA. I mean, I think it's still a long shot, but he's not totally out of the mix. I could see Jeremiah Martin doing that and maybe even more. Jeremiah is probably a little ahead of where Markel was. So I think that's a possibility if he wants to stick around in the States. Now, again, the difference for a guy like him is I think there's an opportunity for Jeremiah Martin with his resume and what he's done to go overseas and make decent money. Like he could probably make 6-digit money somewhere. Does he want to do that or does he want to stay here and probably make less money but be more visible more easily? That's one of those things hard to know for sure. But I think ultimately I could absolutely see him sticking with it. I think, they would like the Grizzlies are not averse to having some local guys, in the mix. They whether it's Markel Crawford or Dusty Hannas or guys that have been around area, Austin Nichols. They like that. It's nice to try to boost up the attendance a little bit. Attendance is not like G League teams. They're not at this point in time money makers. They're not really even set up to be money makers. They're really set up to be money losers, but with the idea that you're helping the development of your team and your staff and everything else. Because the coaches get development too, in addition to the players. But there's some long-term possibilities at the G League with increasing some of the contracts, some of the money, that they might make this a little more of a possibility to kind of increase the profile. And if they do, these things are always helpful. Getting local guys is always nice.
Yeah, and getting Jeremiah, seeing what, like you said, his pedigree and everything he accomplished at the collegiate level, he's going to play professionally somewhere. Is just what's the trade-off going to be? Is he going to trade off being easily accessible for the NBA for more money? Or is he going to trade off more money for being easily accessible? I would think if it was me, I would go overseas and get paid and just live overseas, ball out in Italy somewhere like that. That seems like a fun way to be. Get in a league that is definitely going to pay you your money. Some of the Turkish leagues, I think, and some other leagues have struggled here and there to Greek leagues have struggled here and there to pay people, but getting a good solid league, maybe over in China and ball out there and then come back every summer, try out for NBA. And then if it doesn't work, go back over there.
Well, some guys just aren't made to be, that's a very isolated life.
Yes.
When you go over there, there's not a ton of Americans. I mean, you could be playing, lots of guys playing like, rural Russia, and you're flying in these planes, you're flying 7-8 hours to go to some outpost in Russia to play, and then you're right back in. The food is not what you're used to. The people are not what you're used to. You may or may not get paid. I mean, it's a challenging life. Some guys, if you play in Spain, great. They pay for your apartment. Your money comes in. Tax already taken out of it before you even get your check. So you're free and clear. That money, that's one of the things that's nice about their contracts, by the way, is when you get the legitimate contracts with the real places, they pay people post all tax. So like it would be like whatever your check is, there would be no income tax at the end of the year. Like that's your check. You don't have to worry about it. So whatever it is what it is. Like so they say, okay, you're going to pay me $250,000, but that's after tax, $250,000.
Right.
So I don't know what the gross is. Could be 500 or more. But the net, all I care about is they only negotiate on the net.
Yeah.
So whatever you get is what you get. Like I say, I'm gonna pay you $100,000, but that's $100,000 of money that you You don't have to pay any more taxes on it. You're good. So that's kind of cool. On top of that, typically they pay for a place to live.
This is in Spain.
In the bigger leagues, the better leagues, yeah. So Spain, would be probably the biggest of them all, but there are others that are in that mix. They typically pay for your accommodation. We'll get you a nice apartment. A lot of times we'll get you a ride. So you can, if you can negotiate right, you can get a pretty. That ain't bad. Spend your early 20s, in a paid for place with some free money and.
Some free money, you gotta go out there and work.
But I'm saying you're getting good money for what you would be doing otherwise,
But the drawback is, hey, when it's time for an NBA team to call somebody up to show what they can do, they're going to call somebody up from their farm system just because it is easier for them to get hold to that player. So if the dream is not to simply play professional basketball, the dream is to play NBA basketball. I can understand how and why some players decide, hey, I'm just going to stick in the G League. And then when it's my time to get called up, I'll get called up because I'm here. I'm closer than everybody else. Also, the team has seen me. I'm working with them. They're working with me. I'm learning what they want in an NBA player while I'm over here playing in the G League.
It's that'll be a decision that he has to make and these other guys have to make. Going forward. We mentioned also it was the end of the season for Boston last night. Kyrie Irving is now under even more scrutiny. What's he going to do? A good piece by Tim Bontemps on ESPN.com if you check that out about his failed leadership in what he has done. And I think between that, CJ, the Anthony Davis stuff, the fact that Kyrie at one point in the season, is saying, well, I don't know anybody anything, even after he had said previously at the beginning of the year, I'd love to be back next year. It was just too much for this team.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, you can blame Kyrie for a lot of it. And I think that's reasonable to blame him for a lot because I think his lack of leadership or his inability to vibe with the younger players. He's now a middle career vet.
Younger players. Kyrie's like 24, 25.
No, he's 26, right? I mean, he's as you know, when you get to 26, sometimes 20-year-olds are different. You may not have that same connection.
He's 27.
They're 27. See,
he's almost 30. Yes,
exactly.
Okay.
So now you got Jaylen Brown, who's 19 or 20.
Mm-hmm.
Tatum, same way.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a decent enough difference. That's there's some generational, not quite generational, but there's some difference there in the locker room. But moreover, it's just that Kyrie wasn't a particularly good leader. Then when you have the Anthony Davis thing that happened that destabilized that entire group, and what I didn't think about, and I read when I was reading Tim's piece, it reminded me. Jason Tatum, what are you doing in the offseason? He went to go work with Kobe. Killed him. He comes back after working with Kobe. What do you want to do? Take a bunch of mid-range ISO jump shots. One of the worst in the league at it.
That's
stunted his game.
Be quiet.
Keep him out. Keep him out. All these players, who else worked with Kobe?
That's that Mamba mentality right there.
Kyrie?
Kyrie?
You said Mamba?
Mamba. What is it?
Mamba.
Whatever. That dumb mentality.
Mamba.
I'm going to go out there and do things I know I can't do. I'm just going to be determined to do it, though, because I can will my way to being good at something I'm very clearly bad at.
That's correct.
Mamba mentality. Whatever.
That's the Mamba legacy right there. Thank you so much to Max. Another great job on the other side of the glass.
Great job, Max.
Thanks to Norris.
Thank you, Mr. Norris.
Keep working, doing your thing. Thanks, of course, to all the listeners out there and the callers who took advantage of our open door policy. It was fantastic. Appreciate all that. Thanks to all of you out there. Thanks to me. Everybody, have yourself a great day.
The Danish philosopher Kierkegaard tells a parable of a theater where a variety show was proceeding. Suddenly, the manager comes forward, says almost subtly, the theater is on fire, and he begs his patrons to now leave in an orderly fashion. The audience thinks this is one of the most amusing turns of the evening. They cheer thunderously, thinking that this is part of the play or the program. The manager again implores them to leave the burning building, and he is again applauded vigorously. At last, he can do no more. The fire raced through the whole building, and the fun-loving audience went down with it. And so, concluded Kierkegaard, will our age go down in fiery destruction to the applause of a crowded house of cheering spectators who just don't quite believe enough. I'm Shane Stanford from Christchurch, Memphis. Remember, you matter.
Visit ChristchurchMemphis.org.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Ruddock Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day. Group play and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
I'm here with the Rendezvous's first female waitress, Joanna McKee. First name, how was it being the first female waitress at such a legendary place?
I have to say it was pretty awesome, but it's also nice to be sharing the spotlight now.
I hear things have changed regarding reservations at the Rendezvous.
They have. Last December, we started taking reservations for parties of 8 or more, and that was a really big hit, so we've been doing it ever since.
Nice, Joanna.
Yeah, we're just trying to make it easier for people to come down here. We also are doing something great called valet parking. So we subsidize with the valet parking company to try to keep the price down. It's only $8, which is really cheaper than most of the parking garages in our area.
What about picking up food to go? Where can one park for that? Do you have to pay for parking?
You do not have to pay to park. You just pull into the alley, pull up to the parking sign, put on your flashers, and we'll have you in and out in about 10 minutes.
So takeaway is you can now make reservations for parties of 8 or more. Valet parking is available. If you want a little rendezvous at home, you guys and gals make it easy.
You got it.
The Rendezvous, a family restaurant in the alley in downtown Memphis since 1948.
Your home for the Ole Miss Rebels. Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and WPGF-LP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's time for Sports 56 Middays with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Sports 56 Middays is presented by FedEx. FedEx, helping small businesses simplify e-commerce.
From the top on down, here comes a 1-2 pitch. Shots win the World Series, and the best team in baseball wins it all in 2018.
There's a new dynasty in the NBA. The Golden State Warriors champions once again, back-to-back titles, 3 in 4 years, and the latest with a sweep. The Tigers reclaim their crown by crushing Alabama. Brady under center, victory formation, takes the snap, falls to a knee, and that'll do it. The New England Patriots have won.
And Virginia with the all-time turnaround title.
Now, here are your hosts for Sports 56 Middays, Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
Of land out in the countryside, lay back and smell the sun, warm up the Georgia pie. It's so good to be taking it easy. Why would I ever leave? 'Cause I know I got some good.
Oh, it's a lovely day here in Memphis in the Mid-South, but I promise you, we are here to brighten your day, to make it worth living. I know it's tough to get up in the morning when it's rainy and it's ucky outside and just seems like all is wrong with the world. But we got a lot of good things on the horizon, folks, including the next 3 hours as we welcome you into Sports 56 Middays, live from the Family Leisure Studios, where family and fun come together. Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40. I'm Greg Gaston alongside Eli Savoy and Max Vincent. It's the Thursday, May 9th, 2019 edition of the program. Sports 56 Middays is delivered each and every day by our title and presenting sponsor, FedEx, providing global access for small business. You can learn more at fedex.com/e-commerce. I'm back from St. Louis after a couple of days in the region to watch the Phillies and the Cardinals in my first trip to Busch Stadium, which I'll talk about in just a few moments. But we got a lot to get to on the program because things are really, really heating up. Tomorrow's supposed to be the start of the domino effect with the recruiting situation at the University of Memphis. Tomorrow's the day that Lester Canonia says he will announce, according to